Matt, it's a great evening for high school football. What do you think about today's weather?
Football is here. We said it last week. It was a scrimmage, but hey, week 0 last week we saw a few games, but this week is when it all starts.
This is it. We are getting after it tonight. One thing about Stigler, they do come in to this game with a 1-0 record. They won last week at home against Sallisaw, 31-6. Here for Catoosa, this will be their season opener. They did not play last week in week 0. One thing for Stigler is there's going to be an advantage point for them later in the season to have a bye week. So it is going to be interesting to see Catoosa have to show that grit for the entire regular season as they fight for a playoff spot.
Absolutely. I think that bringing in the bye week is very good for a lot of reasons. A, the obvious ones, the healthiness of the
Absolutely.
players. B, you get that extra week to study, practice, and play, and again, rehab, to go in maybe to a big game. Or maybe it's your homecoming that next week. Nobody wants to get beat on their homecoming week.
That is true. That is not a fun scenario to have, is losing your homecoming, because not only are you upset, but so are the dates. You know, they got that good-looking dress, and it didn't pan out for them. But
B-dubs
here
is
we're
not
going to
gonna be
go
that good.
for some of the Catoosa players to watch, and you brought up an interesting one, Matt.
Hey, my boy number 4, Michael Barnett. I talked to this guy last weekend. Seems like a pretty down-to-earth kid. And honestly, just watching him play out here before the game starts, like when they were going through their walkthroughs and
Yeah.
stuff, and then also last week in the scrimmage, kid can run downhill quick and effective.
And not only is he fast and very quick, he's got very good agility. He's very explosive, but he's a pretty physical cat too. I mean, this guy, I'm excited to watch what he's going to be able to do tonight. But so you went with Michael Barnett, number 4, senior for Catoosa, as your player to watch. I'm going to go with number 9, Russell Duggar. I said this last week in the scrimmage, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again tonight. This guy was diving head first for fumbles during a scrimmage. This cat right here wants to play football. He's competitive. He wants to win, and he wants to let you know that he's here, and he does not care about your feelings.
Nope.
He wants to play football, and he wants to get himself a win.
Yeah, that's the kind of quarterback you want. We talked about it last week in the scrimmage, how he's got the offensive line bought in, and if everybody could have the attitude of Russell Duggar, I think Catoosa will have a very, very good season.
I do. I think it's going to be very good. And also, Stigler players to watch. You actually brought this one up during warm-ups as we were watching Stigler warm up. They had a very fast group of wide receivers.
Yes.
One in particular was hustling so much that he caught your attention, and he is
Morgan Jones, number 11. He's a wide receiver there for Stigler. Carson, who you got?
So I'm actually going to go away from the individual for Stigler.
Hey.
They are 1-0 and they're close to that top 10 rankings. I'm going to go with their offensive line. I want to see how this 3A school compares to the 4A school. Usually, most times you can throw those out the windows when it comes to Oklahoma high school football. But here with Stigler, they've got an offensive line that they looked very disciplined when I was watching them. And I'm really excited to see them play against this Catoosa linebacker group. The Cats are fast and they're very athletic, and the defensive line is big, so I think that's going to be a big key for Stigler tonight. Keep your eyes on the offensive line.
Hey, it all starts in the trenches.
That is right. So, that brings up a good point. It's in the trenches. When you get these two teams battling, they're both very fast. They're both pretty big and pretty physical. We're going to have to really keep our eyes on the secondary for Catoosa. Me personally, I think that they're going to come up with a lot of plays. We were watching them in the scrimmage. These guys were going after big hits and interceptions, and I think that's very fun to do. So
that's who. If I was going to pick another one, I would say number 3.
Number 3, yeah.
Number 3, DeAndre Hamilton.
DeAndre Hamilton. He was. It's kind of hard to explain him because he was doing so many different things. So what we're going to do real quick, now that we've got our graphic pull ups, we're going to go to the 2021 schedule here on your screen. Now, last year they went 4-6, still made a playoff spot. I believe it was the first time in 9 years. But if you look at some of these wins, they got a 1-point win at home against Claremore. They got a game-ending field goal as time expired against Skytook, which was a fun game to call. 1-point win over Oologah, who's ranked this year, and then they've got a win at Cleveland. But one thing to notice, they did not win on the road last year, but they were good at home, and they were good in close games.
They're home for their first game this year. I'd like to see them come out and give Stigler a run for their money. Stigler is ranked number.
So Max Preps has them at 10. Toss World, I think, had them at 11. They're right there. They're a good team. Anytime you start off your season with a 31-6 win and with not a whole lot of turnovers and you played sound football, it's going to be good challenge for Catoosa to get amped up. But now we're going to go ahead and pull up the 4A3 standings here as the captains get ready to walk to the center field for coin toss. Here you can see Catoosa sitting in the 4th spot. They had the same exact conference record as Catoosa, but they did get the head-to-head win. They got to go to the playoffs. Matt, this is a very, very tough bracket right here. I mean, you can look at Wagner,
they're
Bristow,
always good.
Grove, I believe, was a semifinalist team. But, one thing I want to point out real quick is Catoosa gave up 367 points last year. One thing they're going to have to do, and one thing that we've been talked about from the coaches, is that their defense is ready to step up and make plays. And these guys were flying around the football last week in that scrimmage.
They would go to the outside, and all 11 players were to the ball. It's like the coach says, hey, if I watch film and there is one guy not going to the ball before the end of the play, we're all running suicides at the end of every practice. So I think that there's a little bit of encouragement to get there. I mean, I don't know about you, but 367 points allowed.
That's a lot of points.
I'd rather do suicides than have that many points allowed in a season.
Well, I can tell you right now, this is going to be a pretty physical and disciplined football team. I've actually played against a Coach Hood team, the head coach here at Catoosa, when he was at University of Central Oklahoma. So I did get 2 college matchups with him.
Shout out UCO.
You've got a head coach that's got that college experience. He's now leading the helm here for Catoosa football.
All right, let's look at the Catoosa Indians 2022 schedule. So we got Stigler this week. Hey, we're going to be on the road in Verdigris next week. That's going to be their first away game. What do you think about that one?
That's going to be a tough game, Matt. Verdigris is currently ranked number 1 in 3A. We're going to see Catoosa here is going to receive the football. But, going back to this, next week we will be on the road, down the street at Verdigris for the Battle of the Whale along Route 66. As we said again, Verdigris is...
I never got that. Is that because of that big whale out
there? It's a blue whale right off this... one of Elvis Presley's favorite pictures he ever took, so that's a little fun. Here we go. We've got the graphic here.
Elvis.
Battle of the Blue Whale. Yeah, Verdigris is a tough football team, ranked number 1 in 3A. But you know what? Catoosa, they are ready for the challenge.
Yeah, I think looking at number 52 here for Catoosa, just carrying the hammer, I think they're ready to play some football.
Oh, absolutely. They are ready. And you know who else is ready, Matt?
Me.
The band.
Oh, the band. You're right. When the band director is excited for
he's
football
excited.
season,
You made a comment
time
earlier.
To go.
And we're going to take a quick moment of silence here as the band plays the national anthem.
Beautiful job by the Catoosa Indian Marching Band with the national anthem.
Those are great.
I'd like to take this time and thank all of our soldiers out there. Thank you for your service.
All right. So as you can see here, we've got the weather brought up. We've got, very clear skies. It's 86 degrees. Feels a little bit cooler, but also a little sticky.
It is sticky. It's been pouring.
We've got
the
rain
last 12 hours.
all day, but the game is going to be played with clear skies. There's just a slight, tiny breeze, so it won't play too much of a factor here. At times, there is no breeze. So I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a fun game.
Hey, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Look, it's 86 degrees outside. It's the first game of the season. Hey, the national anthem just went off. You can smell the burgers cooking.
Let's go.
Hey, the band is on the I'm literally getting goosebumps right now. Let's go. It is football time in Oklahoma.
One thing I do want to point out, Stigler brought their own helmet to run out of on a road game. These guys want to let everybody know they're not playing around either. I don't know how Catoosa's going to handle that, but it looks like they're very dialed in. They did not let nothing get to them. They got a player, like you said, he's walking around with a sledgehammer, so they look like they mean business
it's
tonight.
Time to go.
This is going to be a fun game. As we want to, again, just reiterate, Catoosa, the team looks like they're responding to being physical and disciplined, and they want it. You could tell they got defensive tackles who are diving. They may miss the tackle, but they're getting right back up, and they're running 20 yards the opposite way for a tackle on the sidelines. These guys are hustling. The fans here are excited. You can see the youth football team here in the end zone towards the home stadium, but right here you can see Stigler, and look at that helmet. That looks brand new.
I wonder how much one of them things cost. That's a lot of money, because I was in Lowe's the other day and grocery shopping, how men do at Lowe's. And they had like little baby ones, little baby blow-up days for like $120. Well, there is no way I would spend $120 on that.
Yeah, I don't think that team could have ran out of that one. But I will tell you this. This will be the only time tonight that you'll see this Stigler team and this Catoosa team not engaged. These guys, they want to get after it. They were. It looked like they were getting frustrated that they had to wait so long for kickoff. I mean, these guys were just flying around the field on both sides. Even in warm-ups, they were just so amped up. But one thing I got to point out was just how poised Catoosa looked. They were amped up and they were loud and they were physical, but they looked poised. Not a lot of errors, not a lot of erratic throws, no bad snaps during their warm-ups. They look like they're here and look like they're ready to start the season and build off last year's playoff run.
Hey, a sergeant once told me one of the most things I'll remember for the rest of my life, and it is comfortability and chaos. Their brains going 100 miles an hour, their heart rate's going 100 miles an hour. Hey, they're ready to play, they're dialed in, and sometimes it's okay to be comfortable in that chaos and knowing you're about to go to war.
That's right. Baptism by fire. One of these teams are going to find out tonight. Stigler, they do have the slight advantage having a game already played. However,
we got Catoosa.
They are on the road.
Home field.
And Catoosa at home, they don't play around. They get after it. So we are just shy of 3 minutes from the kickoff here at Catoosa High School in Catoosa, Oklahoma.
It looks like some of the student section are wearing their dad's Tony Bahama shirts, but hey, I can't make fun of them for that, because at least they all look the same.
They do. One thing that is pretty neat about this student section that Catoosa has is every home game is a theme, and right now it looks like they wish this game was played in Hawaii, or as the locals would say, Hawaii.
I wouldn't mind being in Hawaii right now.
And here we go. The teams are starting to take the field, getting ready to run through. Catoosa will make their way through the end zone onto the 50-yard line.
That is
a long
train.
tunnel of kids and cheerleaders and parents, supporters and band. And you know what? That's good to see from your school. Stigler, they're going to have to settle from the end zone to the 15. And here we go. The Catoosa Indians going with the all-black uniform combination, tearing through the banner, led by number 56 and by number 9, their quarterback, Russell Duggar.
Hey, we're ready for war.
We are ready to see some good football. Matt, what is one thing that you are excited to see from both teams tonight?
Hey, I'm excited to see the player that you chose to watch, Russell Duggar. I'm excited to see him come out here, showcase his abilities, and maybe show a little bit of what we talked about last week, how everybody bought into him. He's the man of the team. Also, kind of splitting it with Michael Barnett. And then I'm also excited to see, like you said, the offensive line over here. I'm an offensive line kind of guy. That's really what I study. I just look at and watch. I really don't watch all the witchcraft and voodoo that happens with the skill players, which I feel like being an offensive lineman is a lot more skillful than being a skill player. But, that's just me.
Yes, and one thing I'd like to keep an eye on is, there's going to be players that we named that we did not name in our players to watch that are still going to make an impact. One of them that I'd like to point out for Catoosa as well is Brandon Ball, number 7, senior for Catoosa. 2 reasons. One, he's wearing a cowboy collar. You don't see that anymore in high school, and that makes me excited as a guy that used to wear one because I just like to come downhill and hit people. This guy has been jacked since he's been in pads tonight. He is excited. He's He's dapping everybody up.
Yeah.
He's making sure everybody's ready. I cannot wait to see him get on the field because I know that he is looking to take somebody's helmet.
Hey, it's the cowboy collar, and then remember those face masks with the bar down the middle?
Oh.
That's what I used to wear. Hey, that's how you know them boys hit.
Those guys were always ready to look to get into a big skirmish or a fight. But here we go. We're going to get ready for the kickoff. We've got the special teams here. Stigler will be kicking the ball towards Catoosa, so Stigler will receive the ball in the second half.
Michael Barnett's in the backfield there.
Exactly, yeah.
For Catoosa to receive the kick.
And, ladies and gentlemen, do not be surprised to see this kick get taken to the house. This is a very fast man. And they're going to pooch it over to the 30. The ball does not go out of bounds, hits the ground, and that was a very close play. Stigler, I think, is well aware of Catoosa's return game, and they wanted to put one away from him up towards the sky to give their team a chance to recover.
Aiden Scraper, running back, number 22, I'm a junior.
Avery Riley, center, nose guard, 77, junior. Brandon Ball, middle linebacker and H-back, number 7, senior. DeAndre Hamilton, wide receiver, 3, sophomore. Dylan Duggar, number 2, wide receiver, sophomore. Jaden Salyer, right guard, 51, junior. Tanner Bristol, right tackle, 62, junior. Logan McCauley, outside linebacker, 42, senior. Michael Barnett, number 4, wide receiver, senior. Russell Duggar, quarterback, number 9, senior. Gunnar Wilson, defensive tackle, number 53, sophomore.
All right, so Catoosa there running first play of the game, gets about a 5-yard gain on an RPO. Russell Duggar throwing it over to Michael Barnett there on the flats. We do have some motion, and this is one thing that Catoosa likes to do. They like to bring guys in motion to make that defense guess. Hand off to Michael Barnett going along the sidelines. Gets about a 2-yard gain. Will bring up 3rd and 2. They're going to give him that extra yard there. About 3rd and 2 for Catoosa on their first drive. And Matt, so far so good for you. What are you seeing so far from number 4, Michael Barnett?
He's running downhill pretty quick, but these offensive linemen here for Catoosa are looking like they're having a little bit of trouble blocking that number 18 there for Stigler, their defensive end. Guy runs downhill really fast, and he's made both of those plays.
And now you can see they're bringing a tight end and an H-back. Oh, we're going to get fake quarterback sneak. No, he's going to take the snap anyways. Little Tom Brady-esque there, fooling the quarterback sneak just to run it anyways.
I'm gonna be real with you and stop you right there. They didn't fool anybody.
No. Well, they're gonna get the first down. It did work, whether they fooled anybody or not. But one thing that we're going to have to get used to seeing is number 9 going head first for that extra yard. This guy is not going to give up. He's a pretty big, solid kid back there. And now we're going to get into an empty set here. Trips to the wide side of the field, bringing in motion. That's number 2. He's the wide receiver. They're going to fake the screen and run it to the other side, and number 30 is there waiting on him.
Massive block by number 52 from Catoosa. Juan Leon is his name. Juan Leon. We're gonna have to watch him again. That was a massive block on the outside there for the when he ran out like that.
Little reverse screen. Anytime you get a player who's walking around with a sledgehammer and he's just waiting to swing it and he doesn't get the chance to, it looks like he's gonna try to take somebody's lunch anyways. This offensive line for Catoosa is big and they're nasty. And one thing that's also big is their H-backs and the receivers. I mean, this is just an overall pretty big group on offense.
Breaks free.
And he breaks the free. He's going up the middle. It falls. He couldn't quite stay on his feet. Catoosa is going to run this ball right down the A-gap.
Great game by number 22, Aiden Scrapper. Kind of nice seeing him run down. Got tripped up by his own player.
All right, we're going to get a new fresh set of downs here for the Catoosa offense as they cross the 50. They're all the way on their 38-yard line. We're going to see some more motion. One thing that we also saw in the scrimmage is quarterback, he will audible plays. He's not your standard high school quarterback. He will change the play at the line of scrimmage. Gives the ball to Michael Barnett. Michael Barnett makes the cut again, and he stays on his feet. He is a hard guy to tackle. brought down by number 30, Ace Engel, middle linebacker for Stigler. Once again, they're just running the ball. Helmet does come off, Matt. He does have to now leave the field of play for at least one play. Catoosa probably doesn't want to burn a timeout to put him back on the field.
That's all right. Hand it to my boy Aiden Scrapper right here.
All right. We've got this is something that's fun to see. Catoosa they're going to run some different sets, bring some guys in motion, overload aside, and try to really get you off your game. You see the quarterback keeps it, gets about a 5 to 6 yard gain as we have some help. Look at the good sportsmanship there by number 62. One thing to keep in mind, though, Stigler does have one game under the belt. Catoosa does not. The humidity here might play a factor. As the game goes on, that's going to be the real testament to your team, is to see the mental toughness as their first game goes late into the fourth quarter. Here we go. The 2nd and 4. Catoosa has the ball creeping towards their end zone. They're going to give a run straight up the middle. He's going to make a cut, and he is going to keep fighting, once again breaking the first tackle to get them extra yards.
Another first down for Aiden Scrapper. Looks like the ball's going to be on the 8th.
Breaking 3 tackles. The ball set down on the 7 yard line, it looks like. Michael, he is coming back in. They've got him at the slot. One player to keep an eye on is number 4 when they can go in motion. But however, both wide receivers can go up there and get any jump ball that you're going to put up there.
Yeah, number 3, DeAndre, look for him right here.
Quarterback's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle. Goes off to the edge. Makes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Catoosa. Once again, Duggar breaking a tackle. Are we surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. But I will tell you this. The linemen, the way that they block there, watch it here.
You can see they're down blocking with the right guard pulling. And they're not giving up. As soon as they see that he's still on his feet, everyone immediately turns to find somebody to block.
Even Michael Barnett blocked there.
It's always good when you see your wide receivers excited to throw a block. And not only are they throwing a block, they're throwing efficient blocks. They're getting physical. Oh, we got a bad snap. He's going to roll over to his right. Stiff arms, gets tackled. We will not get that extra point. This will be a 6-0 game for Catoosa going into the kickoff. So here in the first quarter, what we got to see Catoosa is methodically run the football. They're establishing their identity. So far for Stigler, we've not been able to see them with any signs of life from the defense. Matt, they do have the speed, but is size a concern for that Stigler defense?
I think size is a concern in the sport of football, but really what matters is how fundamental you can play the game. Fundamentals will beat size any day of the week.
All right, we're going to see both teams take the field, and Catoosa will be kicking the ball off to Stigler. And what we're going to have to see is, your boy Morgan Jones, number 11 for Stigler, wide receiver, going to return the kick wearing no gloves, Matt.
No gloves.
A lot of speed.
Armband?
Got the
Is it an
armband.
armband?
And
Is it an armband and a knee brace?
And he's going to let you know that he doesn't need it. He's fast enough where he's going to grab it and just go on over. And they're going to pooch the kick over to the middle. And we're going to get a return over to the right side of the field with a cutback towards the middle. Going back to the right, and there he goes. He's going down the sidelines.
Ooh.
Breaks a tackle and takes the ball down to the 40. There might be signs of life yet in this Stigler offense that we didn't get to see in the defense.
Good last-minute snack by number 12 for Catoosa, Mr. Chris Brown.
All right, we're going to see a Stigler offense here take the field against this Catoosa defense. And not only is the Catoosa offense big, this Catoosa defense is big, and they are very, very fast.
Violent.
All right, here we go. We're going to get a shotgun set here for Catoosa, bringing a man in motion. They're going to give the sweep, breaks a tackle, turns upfield. He's got some blockers. Oh, and he takes to the sidelines, and he is out of bounds, tackled by number 4, Michael Barnett. Matt, what is one thing that sticks out to you on this play here?
Hey, number 52 for Catoosa, Juan Leon, he just needed to wrap up there. Hey, and then it would have been a tackle for a loss.
And these are some things in your first game that you're excited to kind of shake that rust off. You're going from practicing against yourself to a live team, and that's stuff that you're going to look to correct going into week 2. But here we're going to get a shotgun set again. Trips to the wide side of the field with a lead running back. He's going to look, roll out to his right, throw the ball to his running back, who slips on the turf. It might be clear and sunny now, but it has rained all day, Matt. This turf, I'm sure, looks slick.
Slippery.
A good portion of this field has been in the shadows for a good portion of the day. You can see there, slips.
One thing I'm gonna have to interrupt you and tell you right now. Number 52, Juan Leon for Catoosa. That's the second time in the backfield. He got past a double team while they were holding him and almost got him a sack.
You see that Catoosa defense is flying, but yet again they've missed the first tackle. Stigler does take the ball, does not get the first down. He will be just short as he goes out of bounds. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
This is the first 3rd down we've seen all game. Nope.
First for Stigler. First possession on the first 3 plays. Catoosa had a 3rd down, I believe. But one thing that Catoosa was able to do is convert that. And we're going to see if their defense can prevent Stigler from doing that, as they're once again going to go into the shotgun. We do have a tight end on the trip side, again going to the wide side of the field. And he is going to continue to just keep the legs moving and pushing for a first down. And the chains will move.
No, whoa, hold your horses. There's a flag on the play. Looks like they're pointing there at Stigler. Let's get the call. Looks like this might be coming back.
So Martin Hare will have to settle for another try at getting the first down, running back for Stigler. A kid that just brings the shoulder down, and it will be a flag against Stigler. Illegal formation. And that was one thing that I was getting kind of excited about when I saw that formation that they had, is I noticed that there were a handful of guys that were not on the line of scrimmage. So here we go. Offense. Stigler will have to take the ball back, so this will now be a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, give or take. Staying in the shotgun, which is Stigler's bread and butter. Look for a pass play to the right side of the field here, as they're going to fake it. Goes to the left. It does not bounce off the ground. He does make the catch, and the ball will go all the way down to the 5-yard line. And that is Morgan Jones, your Stigler player to watch, Matt.
Yeah, that was a good play. If they did official reviews here, you could see that the ball definitely bounces off of the turf, which would have been 4th down. But we're going to have to settle for a first down. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go the way you want it to.
So we're inside the 10. You will get 4 plays only. There's no chance of a first down. So you are going to want to punch the ball in, obviously. If you've got less than 5 minutes on the clock, you're down 6-0. And they're going to hand the ball off. Again, he is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by that big Catoosa defensive line.
Yeah, it looks like that was number 77. Number 77 by Avery Riley, a junior for Catoosa High School. This defensive line is huge.
They're big guys. They are big. And not only are they big, their first step, firing off the ball, looks pretty good. That's going to be exciting to see as a coach. We're going to empty set. They're going to run the same screenplay but the opposite side, and lowers the truck stick at the goal line to get the touchdown. Not only are they fast, but it looks like they are physical, and that is number 6, tight end Jace Winkle.
Watch it here. Number 52, my boy Juan. There can only be one. My boy Juan had his hand on it. Looks like he nicked it. It kind of looked like a quacky throw.
All right, we've got the kicker here looking to send the ball through the uprights for the extra point to take the 1-point lead. He's got gold cleats. Of course, he makes it.
He's got highlighter cleats.
And there is the 1-point advantage that Stigler will now carry over Catoosa. Granted, this reminds me last year of the Catoosa Skytook game. Almost this exact same scenario. Catoosa scores, Skytook scores, and keeps a 7-6 lead for the remainder of the game. Catoosa has the field goal as time expires to win the game. If it's a home game and it's a close game, be excited for your Catoosa Indians. This is something they thrive in, and this is something that they are going to attack head on.
I got to ask you a question, Carson. Would you rather play the game of football from behind or ahead?
I think it depends on the team that you have. If you've got a young group, you would probably feel more comfortable playing ahead, as this Catoosa group has an older group. I don't think they're going to mind playing from behind, mainly because they're such an aggressive group. And I think regardless of the score, they're just excited to be out there to hit somebody in a different jersey.
I agree.
So we're going to get the kickoff here. Catoosa will receive. We're going to see if Michael Barnett gets a chance to receive, or if they're going to send a pooch kick over there back to the same exact spot. Well, that's an accurate kick.
Ooh.
He's going to return it over to the opposite side.
Oh.
He breaks a tackle. Only the kicker left to make, and he outruns him, takes it down the sideline, and he is going, pushed out at the 15-yard line.
Hey, Tanner Casey, great run there, son. Great run. Hey, that kicker's shoes didn't do him any good there. Watch him break his ankles here. Watch him.
All right, so you can see, look at Catoosa. They're running down, getting blocks. Look at number 2, Duggar, down there. He's trying to get down there and make that last block. They're all just fighting. You know, Catoosa says, all right, Stigler, we see your kickoff return to the 40. We're going to raise you one to the 15. They're going to end up actually putting it at the 13.
Nice.
So Catoosa's going to get the ball inside their red zone, looking to score and take the lead. All right, we got a shotgun set here. We got a motion. We've got they flipped the play and got a motion for Duggar, which will be a flag. Yep. Looks like they didn't let him quite get set, so that was 2 men at the same time. Oh, they're saying the center picked up the ball before he
I thought
hiked
something
it.
looked a little weird there.
That whole scenario right there, you know, when you get a team that motions that much and they flip the play over and they're trying to get the defense offset, one thing that we're seeing is Stigler's defensive front is not moving regardless of what Catoosa's doing. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They're going to replay first down. So they're still inside the 20. They're going to put the ball back where it was. No, they're going to move the ball back to the 18-yard line. You know, one thing that we're going to see here, Matt, look for the RPO, look for the power run. All right, 1st and 15. We got some movement on the defensive side. We've got a wide receiver all by himself at the top of the field. And Michael Barnett in motion, does not get the ball. Duggar will keep it. And we've got a little bit of some extra play there after the whistle, it looks like. But tackle by number 30, Ace Ingle.
Ace Ingle came out there like he sacked him for a loss, but really it was a 2-yard gain.
Coming out there with something to prove. They're going to bring 2 backs in on the shotgun here for Catoosa. They're going to put one in motion. Look for the screen back to the fade. They're going to run the – oh, he does manage to get the ball, but it's intercepted.
Hold up, there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
Hopefully this saves Catoosa.
And he did not throw that flag very well. Looks like he just kind of dropped it by his feet. Interesting to see here what the play is if Catoosa gets another chance or if Stigler gets the ball. It looks as if Stigler will not get the interception and Catoosa will keep the ball. Wow, a sideline warning for Stigler. The next one is a personal foul and 15-yard penalty. So Stigler now is going to have to be extra cautious, and it looks like that was actually on the coaches, not on the players.
Attempt is intercepted by number 2, McKay Terry for the Panthers.
All right, and we are going to take a quick timeout and enjoy this ad.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness.
So Stigler does get to keep the ball after the sideline warning. They're going to run what looks like a quarterback sweep to the right, and the Catoosa defense.
He did not expect
they
that.
are not going to let you run. If you
Nope.
stop to look back to cut in the middle of the field, you better be ready for two guys there to hit you. Catoosa defense, especially their defensive front seven, are flying around the football tonight.
You said front seven. I counted 7 guys on that ball. 7 of them.
So McCade Peary not only gets the interception, but also gets the carry for about 3 yards. They're going to put him back there again at quarterback. He's in the shotgun set, trips to the wide side of the field with a single receiver all alone on the near side. They're going to pull the left tackle. They're going to run a little bit of a zone. He's going to instead bounce it outside, does manage to get it. Stays on his feet for the extra couple of yards. Interested to see if he gets the first down, if they're going to make it 3rd and short.
Taken down by number 42, Logan.
And we are
And
seeing
number 7.
some rotation here with the Catoosa defense. They are making sure their guys are staying fresh in that secondary.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do when you got 30 people on the roster, but they're doing it.
A little bit small for a 4A school, but you can't tell these guys anything different because they're still going to bring it. Stigler does get the first down. They're going to come out into a heavy shotgun set to the wide side of the field with motion. They're going to hand the ball out for a jet sweep. Breaks the first tackle. Does not break the second.
Nice open field tackle by number 8, Seth Charles.
Does not get a gain, but it is not tackled for a loss. Tackled right back at the same spot. We're going to get a 2nd and 10. One thing that we started to notice with Stigler is they want to run the ball to outside of the tackles. And they're going to try to lull you in by the play action for zone, power, counter, anything inside, and just dump it off for a screen. All right, we've got a twin set here in shotgun. Quarterback is going to roll out to his right again. He's going to throw it over to his tight end, number 6. He's going to take it down the sidelines for about a 30-yard gain. That is caught by number 6, Jason Winkle, the tight end who had the touchdown earlier.
Yeah, brought down by number 20, Tanner Casey. Tanner Casey shows some speed here. Watch this.
He is hauling down that field to go make that tackle. And, Matt, there's your boy number 52 once again in the backfield.
Yeah, in the backfield, double teamed and getting held right in front of the referee's eyes. I don't know why he did not throw a flag there. It's starting to annoy me, if you will.
All right, Stigler's going to take the first down and 10 after the big play. There it is once again. Play action, drops the ball, and it's just not quite intercepted. Catoosa could not keep a hold of the catch. Such an athletic play. That would have been an amazing interception to see happen. As you can see here with this RPO, he's going to fake. The offensive line's going to zone down. He's going to fake the handoff and throw the slant. One of two things happens with that play. It's either going to be a caught, and the receiver's going to take it towards the middle of the field for probably a touchdown, or that right there. You're going to see a lot of tipped balls off of RPOs. Yeah. Mostly are going to be intercepted.
That was close by number 8, Seth Charles. I really wish you would have came up with that one. Again, a defensive lineman right there for a sack. Number 56, Boomer.
All right, so
Boomer Lovins.
We're seeing again McCade Peary. He is having to run. That offensive line, as I had mentioned before the game, was my players to watch for Stigler. They are having a hard time with that Catoosa defensive line.
Boomer Lovins, as you saw on the replay, gets the sack, but not only did he get the sack, he was getting double-teamed and held again.
All right, so we've got a twin set here and shotgun. The quarterback's going to take the snap, throws a quick little – it's a hook and ladder, and he is going to take it down the sidelines, smooth as the other side of the pillow. Gets tackled inside the 10, not quite a touchdown. Stigler is coming out and pulling all the tricks out of their sleeve, and they didn't get the touchdown, but they got – that was a – look at that. Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty. Does not quite have the speed. Martin Hare was making every effort to get that touchdown. Couldn't quite get it, but he does set his team up. They are in their red zone looking to score to take an extension of their lead with 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Get the handoff. He's going to roll over to the right, following his right guard, and he's going to take the Heat down to the 5. They are looking a little bit more physical here on this drive than the last. Catoosa defense starting to give a little play out onto the edge.
Yeah, I agree there. And taken down by number 2, Dylan Duggar. I really don't have any words to describe how I feel about this situation. I really think that Catoosa needs to take a timeout or something to kind of dial back in. We're letting too many little mistakes snowball.
Well, and it looks like they're not going to have to use the timeout. They're going to catch a break here with the first quarter ending. Stigler up 7-6, and Matt, one thing that we can talk about here when we come back from this break is that outside containment for Catoosa defense is going to have to bolten up a little bit with all the jet sweeps and the motion that Stigler's going to be bringing. So we're going to go to a quick break, and we will come back here in the second quarter.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
All right, here we are going towards the opposite end zone here in the second quarter. I do apologize, I had to take a sip of my water. Sponsored by Aquafina, just kidding, we're not that big time yet. But, one thing that you brought up, Matt, in the break is Catoosa, their outside containment is there. They're just not making the tackle.
Yeah, they're not making the tackles, and also they need to wrap up. There's three plays that Stigler got more than 5 yards off of because they just simply did not wrap up on the outside containment.
And this is a big defense. First quarter's over. They're settled down now. You've got your all-black uniforms. You're feeling good. They're going to be mad that play happened with all those broken tackles. Stigler is coming out, and yes, they're fast, but I still don't believe that they are as physical as Catoosa's defense. Here's a chance for them to prove me wrong. They're going to be set up here on the 5-yard line. They're going to bring a motion with number 12. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback going to run counter to the opposite side, and there's the tackle. So they did not get the touchdown. Looks like they got maybe a half a yard.
Hey, brought down by number 42, Logan McCauley. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Now, one thing I wanted to point out is when that snap happened, he shot both hands up fast, super fast. And that is going to be a key for any of the defensive ends or outside linebackers. They're going to have to keep containment on that edge anytime you get motion towards you or away. So here we go. We got trips to the wide side of the field, something Stigler likes to do. They're going to fake. They actually hand the ball off. Looks like it may have been a little bit of a bobbled handoff there. They're going to get, it looks like, a 1-yard gain. You've got
was brought down by
fourth
number
down.
Was that brought down by number 7, Brandon Ball, and number 42, Logan McCauley.
And number 77, Avery Riley, for probably the third straight play, is just in that backfield, exploding through the gaps.
It's hard to run anything.
He's someone you're going to have to keep an eye on. But here we go. We've got fourth down. They're going to take a shot in the end zone. He's going to throw it over to the corner, and it's incomplete, almost hitting the camera guy. And this is going to be a turnover on downs. Catoosa will get the ball on the 7-yard line.
Right now is the chance where Michael Barnett and Russell Duggar need to really voice their opinion to their players or their team and let them know, we're here, we're going to fight adversity, and we're going to march it all the way back down the field and get a touchdown here.
Something interesting is he had an alley to run, and instead he chose to throw, which shows that he does have a lot of confidence in his arm. Even though the pass was incomplete, that was still a good ball. It was thrown over there in the corner, but that defensive line for Catoosa is putting too much pressure on the offensive line for Stigler.
Number 77 just blowing it up.
Here we go. We're going to do a fake sweep. He's going to cut back towards the middle, get maybe a yard. That is Russell Duggar on the play. We're starting to see a trend here with this Catoosa offense, is they're letting their offensive line go do what they need to do to show dominance on Stigler's defensive line. Credit to Stigler. They're hanging in there.
They're definitely hanging in there. I really want to see these big boys up front get a push. I want to see Catoosa's offensive line play like their defensive line.
So we do have Catoosa here in shotgun. They do not motion anybody. They're going to fake the zone. The ball is batted down, but because it was forward past the line of scrimmage, it looks like it will be ruled incomplete rather than a fumble since it was not thrown backwards. That's another danger of the RPO.
Yeah, I really like to see them do a little something different.
Now, the RPO stands for run, pass, option. Usually it's faking the inside zone to throw a bubble on the outside, or you fake the power to throw a slant. And there's other little different instances you can do, but those are the most common. But here, you're going to see, once again, a trend of the game, trips to the wide side of the field in shotgun. All right, Russell Duggar takes the snap, throws it deep downfield, incomplete, valiant effort there for the diving catch, and that's a tough throw. Anytime you throw those 10 to 15-yard outs, you know, there's guys in the NFL that struggle with that throw.
Yeah, Tanner Casey really went down. He looked like he made a really good effort for that ball, but sometimes the quarterback just leads you a little too far.
Kudos to the offensive line. They gave him a pocket to stand in for a while. All right, so 4th down. We're going to see the punt formation out here. It is week 0, second quarter. Could it be a fake? Possibly.
Yeah.
We will see. He's going to take the snap. He's going to punt. Puts it up into the sky. We're going to see a catch here, and there he goes, taking it to the left side of the field, breaks the first tackle. There is a block in the back that does not get called. We call that a 2-for-1 special up here, Matt.
Hey, you're lucky. It looks like these refs aren't really paying attention to a lot of what's going on here. I've seen multiple holdings and blocks in the back.
One thing we do like to point out here at the Southern Sports Network here for the Southern Football Friday night is a little bit of unconventionalism. We'll call a spade until we get the angry face from our producer, Chris Dawson.
There it is. I'm curious to know what I said.
All right, 1st down for the Stigler offense. We're going to see shotgun. I'm willing to bet trips to the wide side of the field, but no, instead we're going to get a little bit of an H-back set.
Okay.
They're going to run the counter to the right out of shotgun. Breaks the first tackle, but it doesn't matter. There are 6 guys flying to the football for what looks to be a 2-yard loss.
2-yard loss. Hey, tripped up in the backfield by number 4, Michael Barnett. Comes all the way across the field.
And those number 3 and number 4 come down to make the tackle from the safety spot. A tackle for loss. When you've got your secondary flying around like that, Matt, that is so exciting to see for your defense.
He sniffed that one out from far away.
All right, so they're going to have a trips
to the wide
side of the field. Shotgun here. He's going to take the throw over. The flag route is open. Breaks 3 tackles, stays on his feet, and turns a 12-yard gain, which was impressive enough, to about a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, pushed down there on the outside by number 7, Brandon Ball.
And one thing that's difficult about this passing game for Stigler is they've got so many guys in one area that run to different spots of the field. They're trying to expose that zone. That flag route, or a corner route, as most people would like to call it, was open there for the 1st down, but because of the tackles that were being broken, is giving Stigler signs of life and extra chances to get more yards.
Let's see this defensive line blow this play up.
We're going to get the jet sweep here action. He's going to manage to try to turn the corner as we see a flag is thrown. Interested to see what this play looks like. All the Catoosa coaches seem to think that the play is coming back.
Hey, there we go. Holding on the offense. They're like 1 for 12 tonight.
It's not looking good. If it's penalties that is hurting Stigler, the broken tackles is what's keeping him in the game. Have those tackles been secured by the Catoosa defense, this game might be a little bit different because of the penalties for Stigler.
I wrote that down again for the next after the next break.
However, when Catoosa's back is up against the wall last season and so far this season, especially in the scrimmage, they come downhill and bring it. That secondary's flying around, so we're going to get some motion here. They're going to fake the jet sweep, fake the zone handoff, throwing it open deep into the middle of the field for a touchdown by number 11, Morgan Jones, your Stigler player to watch.
Yeah, that guy's quick. That's all I got to say.
He's quick.
That guy's quick, and
he's wearing no gloves.
Let's watch the quarterback here. Number 2 takes the snap, does a little spinny ballerina move. Hey, then throws wide open to number 11. I'm not sure what the safeties were doing for Catoosa there, but from this point on, they know to be looking around for the ballerina. Ballerina.
So as we
means
see the
touchdown.
extra point get kicked here, goes through the uprights for the point. I want to point out that for both teams, bringing that motion into a play action makes it very difficult for your corners. Do they break down on something that's in the flats, especially if they're running a zone, or do they have to hope that their safety's paying attention to anything coming deep? We're going to have to see this Catoosa offense come fight from behind, which is stuff that they did a lot last year.
You know, I think fighting from behind is one thing they're going to have to really do here and kind of fight adversity. That's one thing that I talk about, you know, find comfortability in that chaos. But another thing I'd like to point out is the sun has now finally gone down behind the bleachers, so Russell Duggar won't have a hard time calling audible plays and getting the play from his coaches. If you guys saw on the first quarter, they were all sticking their hands up, trying to block the sun, trying to get the play call.
That's a good observation. We now have the entire field in the shade. We're going to see if that helps this offense or not.
Well, I feel better for the Stigler fans as well on those all aluminum bleachers that have been baking in the sun all day today. It's nice to see it cool down.
All right, and I'm willing to bet we're going to see a pooch kick to the 30 here from Stigler. I don't think they're going to give Michael Barnett a chance to kick, and I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket. He's going to take the catch at the 25. He's going to take it, well, looks like he fumbled but grabbed it as he fell to his knees, and he's going to end up losing a yard on that.
Number 30, Michael Blendowski. He's got to be Canadian with a name like that.
It's a very good possibility. You know what else is a good possibility? Stigler making the open field tackle.
Well, if there's one key takeaway we can give Stigler on this, they know how to wrap up.
And I just want to point out here, I'm looking at this sideline, and these coaches, they're still fired up. Nothing has changed from now to opening kickoff. These guys are not worried about being an 8-point deficit.
I really feel like everybody's, like we talked about at the end of the first quarter, everybody's kind of calmed down. We're here. Ooh.
Pass incomplete.
Oh, a little.
And we've got a flag on the play. So we're
really
having some laundry flowing all around this football field. We just want to let you know that we are sponsored by Fabric Softener.
Which fabric
And
softener?
that is not going to happen. We've already lost that sponsor, so that was fast. No, we do have another flag on the field, something that seems to be an occurring trend.
Late hit against the defense.
The defense.
That's going to help you out a lot, boys. Take them when you can get them. I saw a little bit of extracurricular activity on the other side of the field over here. I thought maybe that's what the penalty was. But take your first downs when you get them. There's a make-up call. Let's roll down this field. Let's get dialed back in.
And not only do those penalties give you first down, it gives you 15 free yards. So here we're going to get to Catoosa in the shotgun set there as the refs are going to huddle up and speak with Duggar here.
One thing I'd like to point out is I want to see some of the plays that they were running in the scrimmage. I really haven't seen that offense yet.
We haven't. They do look like a little bit of a different offense that we got to see. Here we're going to fake the zone, throw the RPO, and he is fighting to stay on his feet. That Stigler defense, they are not moving around to anything, no play action, no motion. They are just where they are is where they're going to be. I'm willing to bet coming out of the second half, Catoosa is going to make some adjustments to where they're going to force Stigler to move around, and it's going to be a lot more explosive plays. But the RPO just is not quite there yet for Catoosa for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm sitting here writing down. I really think Catoosa. I really like to see them stop running the RPO for just a little bit. Let's get a different. Let's mix that. Let's mix the defense's minds up a little bit here.
All right, 2nd and 10. They're going to bring the expansion and hand the ball off. He's going to be met with some defenders there. Spins around and gets the extra yard for a 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 9. And they are going into the wind, Matt. We're going to be interesting to see if Catoosa is now going to try to establish the run. It looks like we know their identity is that they are physical players. But Are
Yeah.
they wanting to be physical at the line of scrimmage, or are they wanting to be physical on the edge? That is what they're going to have to find out what works best for them.
You know, another thing I'd like to add about the RPO, like I was saying earlier, I'd like to see Russell Duggar actually get the chance to throw the ball downfield as opposed to just a screen play.
And it's no question he has the athletes to where if he wanted
We've
to throw the
seen
ball
it.
downfield, those receivers and tight
Here
ends
we
are going to
go.
go out there and get
Here's
it.
his chance.
And is not quite intercepted. Number 11, Morgan Jones, who seems to be everywhere on the field tonight, lays out, can't quite haul it in, but the throw was there. You can see number 4, Michael Barnett. The middle linebacker does key him in and makes the drop. If that throw is just a little bit quicker and it's more of a zip instead of a lob, I think that play is caught and you're looking at a first down for Catoosa.
Looks like they're going to punt it here.
All right.
Michael blew it out.
4th and 9, and we've got the punt team out. He makes the kick,
That was a nice punt.
and it is going to make a bounce past the 20, past the 15, rolling to the 13-yard line.
Wow. Number 30, Michael Blendowski with a great punt there. You know, that's one thing that it's at least where I come from in my side of Oklahoma, it's hard to see a punter that can actually punt the ball fairly good. You know, you have your onesies, twosies throughout the state, but usually it's just some dude that has a good boot.
And it's almost rare for us to see a punter that doesn't use the rugby style anymore. And it's not so much because of the punter. It's because of the blocking scheme that you can – it's easier for you to also run fakes out of. So they're a max protection punt team. They are not playing around. They do keep their quarterback back there, so keep an eye on that as this game progresses forward. We're going to get a twin set. They're going to hand the ball off. He's going to make a bounce cut. Does not matter. He is going down for a 0-yard gain, and there is that entire defense swarming to the football.
Hey, I was going to point out, number 52, Juan Leon, my guy. Hey, he comes back in the game. I don't know if he was shaken up or what. He was on the bench there for a little bit getting talked to by the coaching staff, but he's back in the game. He came all the way across the field to help with that tackle.
And if you look at these defensive line, one thing I've noticed for Catoosa is if there's anybody that's grabbing them on the side, they're grabbing that lineman and they're hanging on. They are not letting them advance to those linebackers. That is extremely rare to see at the high school level, and I'm willing to bet that that's coaching. Here we go, shotgun set, takes it in motion, gets the jet sweep, cuts outside, gets sent head over heels. He was ready to make that tackle, and he did. And now we've got a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, brought down by number 1, Logan Hargrove, and number 52,
Who
Juan
seems to be
Leon.
everywhere tonight.
He's flying around. And, you know, I look down at him, and he's a big boy.
He is,
But he is quick.
and not only that, he just unrelentless motor. As you can see, they're going to run here the 3-4 defense for Catoosa, 3 down linemen. They're going to take a chance of the ball going deep, and it is caught. Spin move, taken down. Looks to be about a 15-yard gain. Going to be a first down for the Stigler Panthers.
Hey, brought down by number 1, Logan Hargrove again. That's the second play this drive. He knows how to wrap up, and he's very good open field tackling.
And they're doing a good job of exposing the zones. One thing I'm noticing, too, with the Catoosa defense is in their zone defense, when their linebackers and safeties make their drops, they're dropping to an area, it looks like, of memorization. With their eyes are still on the quarterback. They're not looking at their zone to run. I think that's going to be adjusted in the second half. We're going to see more running up the middle, and he is going to lay the wood. Takes the first down, number 18, Martin Hare. And, Matt, look at this. Look at this beautiful blocking scheme.
Beautiful blocking scheme. That's going to be another player to watch. Number 18, Martin Hare. This guy runs downhill, and he will hit you. He don't care your size, who you are, who your mommy, who your daddy is. He don't care. He's here to show his skills, and right now he's showcasing them.
And he wants not only people from Stigler to know, it looks like he wants people from Catoosa to know, but I can tell you one thing. As we're going to take a timeout here for
I don't think the
Stigler.
offensive lineman or the defensive lineman both know that they're taking a timeout.
They just want to stay on the
They just
field,
wanna play
but
ball.
we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break, and we will come back as soon as this timeout is over.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants, the best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas, and a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women, and hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
And we are live here at Friday night, Southern Sports Network edition. Catoosa Indians, Stigler Panthers, second quarter, 4:26 left in the game. We've got a 14-6 score, and we're going to see Stigler try to go down and score another touchdown.
Yeah. We said before the break, number 18, Martin Hare. I've been keen to watching number 52 for Catoosa, but right now, number 18, Martin Hare, that's 2 times he's just kept marching and hitting people, rolling downhill.
All right, we're going to get a shotgun set here. Twin set. Quarterback's going to fake the QB sneak and throws it to his tight end, who makes a cut, goes open into the middle of the field for a touchdown. What a play. A little Tim Tebow-esque there as we see McCade Peary fake the quarterback sneak, or the quarterback power, rather, and throws it to Jace Winkle for the touchdown.
We talk a lot about Catoosa here, and Stigler's really showcasing their skills, but I would like to add, if there's one good takeaway from Catoosa in that play, they had 7 guys chasing after him.
They did have.
So it shows, the coaches are really making them dial in and just find the ball.
We see the extra point is good. It's going to give Stigler a 21-6 lead. We're seeing a lot of creativity from the Stigler offense. Looks like that might have been something they were able to use last week in their 31-6 win over Sallisaw. As you mentioned here, everyone notices the ball's going to the tight end, makes the cut. The ref gets ran over, and look at everyone chasing him down, but the tight end with wide receiver speed doesn't care, takes it for 6. Number 6 scoring the touchdown. All right, so this is a very critical drive here, Matt. You've got 4 minutes on the clock. You're down 2 scores in the second quarter at home in your first game, season opener. You have to go down and get points. Is this something that they can settle for a field goal, or is this going to have to be a touchdown?
We need to open up Pandora's box and run something other than RPO here. I'm telling you right now. Russell Duggar. I said Michael Duggar is what I was about to say, but Russell Duggar, let him showcase his skills. Yeah, he had a pass that almost got thrown for an interception, but now that that's out of the way, hey, let the kid play. Let's see him throw the ball downfield, or maybe hand it off to Michael Barnett and let him slide on the outside.
All right, we're going to get a kickoff here from Stigler going to Catoosa. They are going to once again pooch it over to the 25-yard line, and he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. Catoosa here looking a little flat now. The coaches, however, are not. They are reminding these players that there is still time left in this game.
There's a lot of time left.
That is good coaching, Matt. You've got a guy from a college level who understands the game of football. He understands the momentum swings. He still looks extremely comfortable and poised, and I think that is a great sign from your leader of your football team.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Blendowski with the catch there.
Great name. Great name.
I'm telling you, he plays hockey.
Great name.
He didn't really get anywhere, but let's see how the offensive line and the Catoosa Indians come out here and showcase their skill.
All right, so Catoosa comes out in shotgun. Twins to the left on the wide side of the field with a tight end and an H-back to the right. H-back comes in motion to make it trips to the wide side of the field. They are going to swing it over to the running back, who's going to drop the ball, and Catoosa recovers the fumble.
No, Stigler recovers the
fumble. Stigler recovers the fumble. And now Stigler will receive the ball at the 25-yard line with a chance to go up 3 scores here in the first half. And the question here, Matt, is did he have possession? He catches it 1-2. Oh, I don't know, Matt. I don't know if he even had full possession. That looked like that could have been an incomplete pass. Unfortunately, at the high school level, we do not have the production crew to put out on a Jumbotron. And we're not going to get into a review from the booth, so no call from New York. Stigler is going to get the ball. Twins to the right with a tight end to the right. No, they are a twin set, and they are going to fake right, go left to the curl, and that is a 15-yard gain.
15-yard gain brought down by number 2, Dylan Duggar. You know, there's 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the half. I really think it would be important. It would behoove Catoosa to call a timeout, gather their troops, come in, talk about it, breathe, get some water in them, and go out there and hit him in the mouth.
All right, so there is no timeout that is going to be called. Stigler takes the ball almost in the exact same formation as the play before.
We going to see the same play, Carson?
I'm willing to bet he hands it off. He's going to keep it. And tackle for a loss by guess who?
Hey,
52.
My boy Juan Leon.
And I want to say, Matt, I think for every 4 snaps, he's in the backfield for 3 of them.
Absolutely.
And the one that he's not, it's because he's hustling down to the edge to make a tackle 3 yards downfield. Very rare to see from a defensive lineman.
This guy, like you said, has a motor that just keeps going.
Does not stop. Shotgun formation, twin set again. Takes the snap, looks to his right, holds it, has a pocket, holds it again, throws it to the middle, and it's intercepted! The ball flies out of number 11, Morgan Jones's hands. Catoosa gets the ball when they need it most.
Look at it here.
Wow, that you know, and if that was a 7-on-7 during the summer, that's called a sack coverage. There was nowhere for that ball to be thrown. Thought he was going to take off running for a second, but instead he makes that last-second decision to dump it off into the middle. Bounces off of his hands. Catoosa gets the interception. Signs of life. They get the ball back.
Hey, number 30,
7-yard line.
number 32 with the interception there, Mr. Kyler Rogers. Hey, now it's time for you guys to dial back in and show out here.
All right, we've got twins to the left with the H-back in motion going to the right. We're in a pistol set. 1st and 10 for the Catoosa. High snap, and he drops the football.
Oh, no.
Stigler recovers.
Broken leg.
And we've got a player down. I thought I saw it when the ball bounced. You can see that
He's
got
up. Wow.
number 52 gets rolled up, it looks like, on his knee. Somehow is able to walk off on his own power. Actually stays on the field.
Yeah, I was telling Carson really quietly, like, it looked like the guy broke his leg, and I thought we were going to have us a little bit pre-halftime, because that looked bad.
Looked bad, but thankfully he's okay. He makes it to
Absolutely.
his sidelines. We want to very thankful that he is not
Yes.
seriously injured. But that's the second straight fumble for 2 straight plays for Catoosa. They are now on defense, and there's the edge, not contained. Takes it up the middle.
There's
touchdown.
two flags on the play.
Flags on the play.
And they're around the same spot. I'm gonna go with if I could guess, I'm gonna say holding on Stigler, and they're gonna back him up. 10
Anytime you have
yards.
an offense that revolves around running the ball and trying to turn the corner at the edge, you're going to get a lot of holding calls. Receivers are not primarily blocking during the game as they were 30, 40, 50 years ago. But with as much plays that, and here we get the call here, holding on Stigler. Congratulations to my counterpart, Matt Edwards here. He may have 9 fingers, but he does not lose any intelligence.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with the finger jokes.
And all jokes aside, it was a good call. Very, very observational.
I don't
That's
know
a
if it's
word.
observational
Probably
or
not a
common
word.
sense. You used it. It's a word.
But we're going to get shotgun snap here. He's going to throw the corner route wide open.
open.
And he
Oh!
drops the ball. New touchdown. Morgan Jones, reliable, but drops that pass. Could it be because he's not wearing gloves?
No, the ball was way outside. I don't. Oh,
Kind
no,
of an awkward,
my bad,
more
my
of
bad.
jumping up and turning the body can probably bring that pass down. But thankfully for Catoosa,
If you had
that
eyes
did
in the
not
back of
connect.
your head, he probably would have caught that.
Could have been a touchdown. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. However, they did not get the 6 points. Catoosa is just continuously getting little breaks thrown their way. Can they capitalize on that? We're going to see. An empty set, trips to the wide side. They're going to bring no motion. He's going to look to his left and throw the ball into the dirt, probably wise. It looked like there was an interception looming if that ball would have been high.
Yeah, if Brandon Ball would have just kind of focused in a little bit more there, he could have scooped that ball up.
One thing that you do have to be careful with, Matt, is anytime you get an empty set and you don't have motion, it's going to be something that's very quick on the inside with a wide receiver on the outside slow playing it, looking to take a post or a deep route over the safety, because that safety is now paying attention to the football that's being thrown in the inside of the field. Kind of like you see here. But they're going to throw it down to the flats. He's going to break 2 tackles and go down to the 2-yard line. He didn't break any of the tackles. They held on, so it is not a touchdown. But the ball is going to be spot at the 2-yard line.
Brought down by number 2, Dylan Duggar, and DeAndre Hamilton, number 3 for Catoosa Indians.
And I'll tell you one thing, Matt, is looking at this Stigler offense is they are relentless. They have an idea of what they want to run, and they're going to run it. Catoosa every now and then's got a player who's going to come up, make a big hit, and let people know that they're here. They're going to get excited. They're at home, but the turnovers are going to be something that's very costly for them in this game.
Absolutely. They got 4 seconds left on the and looks like Stigler's going to take a timeout.
And I just want to point out the ball is now at the 1-yard line instead of the 2.
4th down.
It is 4th down. It looks like they're not going to kick the field goal. They're going to go for it. Something that needs to be watched is trying to draw Catoosa off sides. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break now that we've got a timeout. We'll take a word from our sponsor, and we will come back after this timeout break.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
They're making their way towards the field here. Quick scenario. Second quarter, Stigler is up 21-6. They have the ball at the 1-yard line with 1:57 left in the game. It is 4th down. This is all or nothing. They are not going to kick the field goal. They want to extend this lead on the road and let everybody know why they should be ranked inside the top 10. They're going to get in what looks like a kneeling formation, and they're just going to power it up through A-gap. However, flag on the play.
Oh,
I'm willing to bet this might be an illegal formation here or a push in the back. We're going to see.
They have to what?
So it was encroachment. However, I guess the ref was making his way after throwing the flag, and so that play does not count. Even though he did score, the whistles were blown before the snap. Something you don't see every day in football. So they're going to move up about a half a yard. They're going to be it looks like a victory formation, but they're going to call another timeout. They're going to assess what they want to do. You got a half yard to go, Matt. You're up 21-6. What do you want to see your defense do outside of obviously stopping them?
I'm looking to see the defensive line break through, make a wall, and make it to where that quarterback can't gain an inch. Because, look, you got 12 inches before you get to the touchdown. This is maybe even less, maybe 8 inches.
It looks very, very short. I mean, it's less than a yard. The ball is essentially touching the goal line right now. Anyway, looks like half a tennis shoe break between the ball, the ref, and the end zone line. But one thing that you want to see is you want to see the defensive line fire off the ball. You want them to stun that offensive line so they don't get any traction, and that's when your linebacker has to come make a play.
Absolutely.
Small towns, notoriously known for having very tough players. Catoosa, they do have, not only are they fast linebackers, but they're pretty physical as well. This is going to be their opportunity to come out and let everybody know that they're here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I really want to see Catoosa get a stop. I really want to see that. I think that, all blitz. You remember NFL Blitz back in the day?
What a
the
throwback
video game?
that was.
Hey, just press that all blitz. Who cares what they're doing on the outsides? All blitz, stuff it up, and make it to where Stigler really has to push.
So Stigler's coming out in this very unique formation. Well, they're not going to run it now. They're going to be in a twins set. We're going to bring some motion over from the right side. He's going to fake the handoff. He's actually going to give the handoff to the tight end, who fumbles the ball but recovers his own fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. And once again, Jace Winkle, his third touchdown of the game, recovers his own fumble, gets the touchdown. Catoosa seems to think they stopped it, but we've got a 27-6 game. They're going to kick the point after, and we are going to see if this Catoosa team has any signs of fight left in them. All right, looks like we've got the quarterback who gets up, gets back down into his stance, holds it, point after, up, and it is good. A 28-6 lead for Stigler. We are going to see a kickoff from Stigler going to Catoosa here in this sold-out crowd. And one thing that we want to see from Catoosa, Matt, grit.
Yeah, right here, you got 1 minute and 50 seconds left. There's something I wrote down, and it's hold on to the ball. You had 2 chances to score, and you fumbled both times or turned over the ball both times. I want to see them get in there and just go. Hold on to that ball, you know your blocking assignments, and get the job done.
So Catoosa has had 3 possessions on offense here in the first half that have resulted in a turnover with 1 interception and 2 fumbles. They are down 28-6, but we are going to see their quarterback, Mr. Russell Duggar, here after this kickoff and see if he can lead them down for a touchdown to shorten this gap. Michael Barnett still in the back of this kickoff return formation. Be looking for the pooch kick to the 25-yard line to Stigler's side of the field.
It's either going to be Tanner Casey or Michael Blendowski.
And there it is, the pooch kick to their side of the field, caught at the 28-yard line.
By Tanner Casey.
He did call a fair catch, but yet went to make a move. No flags were thrown, which is very fortunate for Catoosa. That usually ends up in a flag when you do a fair catch the ball, and then take off running.
All right, here we go. First down and 10 for the Catoosa Indians.
We are in a shotgun set, twins formation. Russell Duggar widens a receiver out at the top of the field, and he's going to take the snap. The snap is high. He runs back and does not recover. 3 plays, 3 fumbles, all of them lost. Stigler recovers inside their 15, and this is getting a little tough to watch, Matt.
This is getting very tough to watch. Carson, I'm at a loss of words here. I think that there needs to be some serious discussion whenever they go in there for halftime. I think that there's a lot of things that they need to clean up. I'm going to tell you right now, point blank period, like you said, we kind of just call a spade a spade. This is not the team we saw in the scrimmage.
It is not. And not only that, it's not the team that Coach Hood knows that this team can be. He was very excited after that scrimmage because these guys were flying around the ball and they were not making any mistakes. However, we've had 3 fumbles lost with an interception here. A wide open pass could have been a touchdown. Fortunately for Catoosa, it wasn't. And that seems to be the trend for the Catoosa defense. The offense, there's a turnover. The next play, somebody's open and the ball's not caught. It's a little bit of break. It's like the football clouds are parting their ways, giving Catoosa a chance to try to get themselves back into the game. Can they capitalize and hold the Stigler offense for them to get back in the game? That's going to be the big question now for the second half.
I really hope so, and I really like to see. Oh, we got a middle linebacker coming up.
So we've got a nickel formation in the defense here for Catoosa Indians. They are going to send the blitz. Quarterback rolls out to the right, throws the corner route, and it is batted away in the end zone. It will not be a touchdown. This will now be 3rd and 10. And that was a very good play call. They are sending the house. That quarterback had nowhere to go but throw the ball or run out of bounds, and the safety's there waiting to pick it off or bat it out. I'm willing to bet if that quarterback rolls out again that ball might be picked off because that safety was waiting.
You see the ball batted down by number 3, DeAndre Hamilton? Come on. They're still fighting him.
And here we go. We've got a trip set to the near side of the field out of the bunch. He pump fakes it, throws it, caught in the flats, broken tackle, touchdown, Stigler.
Boy, I bet you that referee on that outside is getting tired of holding his hands up.
All right, so there is another 6 points added to the board. As you can see here, you got that trips stack formation, pump fake on the post, throws it down into the flats, missed tackle, reaches out for a touchdown. This is now a 34-6 game. Folks, we just want to remind you the Stigler team came in. They are 3A, but however, they are, in my opinion, it should be a ranked team. They are a good team. They had a 31-6 win over a Stillwell team at home last week. Catoosa here, season opener. Matt, it's been 3 straight offensive drives, 3 straight fumbles lost. Do we see a 4th fumble here, or do we see a team with a minute 20 march down the field to get a score to let everybody know at halftime we are not giving up?
You know what? We're going to see that. We're going to see them march down the field, run them RPOs. Maybe the defense kind of forgot what they're doing because the Stigler defense has not been out there that much. I think that we're going to see Catoosa come out here and really just give it their all. They have to. There's no other choice because fumble and a turnover is not going to be is not a choice. Not a choice anymore.
All right, so we're going to get a kick-off from Stigler to Catoosa. And mind you, Stigler does get the ball in the second half. They will open up the second half with offensive possession. Catoosa's defense will have to come up and make a stop. But more importantly, we're going to focus on the now. Catoosa's offense, and he didn't get points on the board.
Absolutely. We're going to look for another little kick here to...
He does not call the fair catch. He's going to take the ball, makes a cut up the middle of the field, does a spin move, and takes the ball almost to the 40-yard line. Looks to be about the 33, 34.
It was a good...
And that's the thing. Catoosa has they have had good starting position all night from these pooch kicks. They're not getting the ball kicked into the end zone. They're not getting the ball kicked to the 10 or the 5. They've routinely got the ball on the 35, the 30, or the 40.
That was a good return by Tanner Casey. He didn't stop running. He just kept going. That shows a little bit more grit. Let's see if they can capitalize right here.
All right, the snap is met. It's a normal snap, ball thrown over to the flats with a big hit waiting for him. A 6-yard gain. However, he pops right back up, hands the ball to the ref. He's ready for the next play. Catoosa breaks the streak of 3 straight plays with 3 straight fumbles lost. Here we go.
57 seconds left in the first half.
Matt, this is every kid's dream here, the 2-minute drill, especially at quarterback. He's going to take the snap, look over to his left, throw the hitch. Michael Barnett takes it in the middle looking for room, breaks the tackle, but ultimately only gets about a 3-yard gain. A timeout taken by Catoosa with 43 seconds left on the clock. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Absolutely. Let's put Michael Barnett in the backfield and watch him run.
Brought down by number 32, Houston.
I think that there's a few things that they can go in and talk about at halftime. One, let's watch the turnovers here. The center really needs to get on his horse here. I mean, coming from me, I played center all through life in the game of football. I even played center in hockey, believe it or not. It's called the forward, but we saw before we got on air. We saw that when they were warming up, that was the second time Catoosa's center did that.
That was yes.
He did it one time while they were warming up, and I think you made a comment like, "Man, I really hope he doesn't do that tonight." Well, he did for the third turnover, but that's behind us. Let's see how they capitalize on that here.
And that's the collateral damage of having a small school. You have to have players play 2 ways. Breaks the tackle, takes the screen up the middle, stays on his feet, makes a cut, takes the ball all the way down to the 34-yard line, and we are getting a timeout by Catoosa with 33 seconds left on the clock. They're down 35-6, but it looks like they've actually woken up. The offense marching down the field now. What a great play call.
Hey, that was your guy, Michael Bladowski.
Timeout, Indians on the field.
Still the best name in Catoosa football right now. Just sounds like a guy who's just ready to go at any given minute. I love it.
Now, this is the Catoosa team we saw in the scrimmage.
Very fast, very quick. The screens, they just seem to work for Catoosa, so maybe we'll see a little bit more of that, or maybe we'll see some of those get set up. But one thing is for certain, if you have a defense and you're running a zone, you have to make sure that those screens are caught, because if that ball is tipped up in the air, there's going to be someone there waiting for it. All right, Stigler's defense making their way back onto the field to get set.
Hey, what's your call here? What are you calling?
Well, I'm willing to bet we're going to get an H-back, probably trips to the wide side of the field for Catoosa, shotgun formation. Maybe a twin set where you have two receivers on each side of the field. And, yeah, there's the trips to the right. I think we're going to get a play action to make one of the linebackers or safeties bite down, and we're going to see a shot on a post or this backside streak here to number 3. Pocket collapses. Duggar takes off running for a 2-yard gain, and we get another timeout. I believe that is their third.
And that's their final
and
timeout.
Final timeout. And we've got a second down, 1-yard gain. Yeah, they didn't give him any yardage on that.
You know, I was going to call that, if we had a little bit more time, I was going to call maybe a QB sneak. Russell Duggar goes and has a chance to showcase his skills, but the pocket collapse and my epiphany was actually correct, but I didn't get to say it out loud, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted it to be.
That play almost looked like an all verts with the trips to the wide side of the field. Your inside receiver runs a post. Your slot receiver runs a post, but straightens it out a little bit, more of a bend, and your outside receiver runs a streak. Receiver at the bottom of the screen runs a streak. And what that does is it causes someone to just pick a guy, and the quarterback has to find the open receiver. Usually that's a touchdown. However, the offensive line just couldn't quite hold up for the Stigler's defensive line.
25 seconds remain in the first half. No timeouts left for Catoosa.
High snap, manages to bring it down. He steps up in the pocket, rolls to his right, throws it deep. It's caught.
Get out of bounds.
And he goes out of bounds. The clock will stop.
Yes, sir.
They're at the 14-yard line. They are now in the red zone. And as you see on the replay here, beautiful, beautiful instincts to just step up in the pocket, find your open man downfield, and there he is.
Hey, Tanner Casey, number 20 for the Catoosa Indians with the reception there.
Very underrated move, I want to point out, by the way, is the quarterback just sliding up into the pocket instead of taking off running. That means you've got a mature quarterback. That's a good sign to have as a coach, is when your quarterback just makes that slight little slide up into the pocket. We're going to get the H-back, rolls to the left for extra added protection. Quarterback throws it, and it's intercepted, brought out of the end zone. He wants to take it, and he is tackled out of bounds with 8 seconds left. The 5th turnover of the half for Catoosa offense, second interception. And that is intercepted by number 11, Morgan Jones, your Stigler player to watch.
The guy just showcased something in the pregame warm-ups. I really feel like he came out here, he was dialed in, he was ready to go. Unfortunately, another turnover for the Catoosa Indians. But you know what? That's a beautiful thing about football is after this 8.3 seconds, that's just half your game.
That's right.
Half of it. That's half of it. Go inside,
so
sit down, get you a drink, talk about it, come back, bully.
Instead of kneeing the ball, Stigler comes out in shotgun. They're going to run a quick quarterback draw. He's going to make his way. He takes it up the field, makes the cut, and is tackled. Could have been another touchdown. That could have been a 41-6 had the Catoosa's defense not been so great at pursuing to the football.
Yeah, number 8, Seth Charles in there with the late hit. I'm surprised they didn't warn him or anything. You can't be. Oh, there it is. The coach is talking to the ref right now. I bet you that's what it's about. Number 8 for Catoosa, Seth Charles came in with a, I'd say, very late hit on the quarterback for the Stigler.
That was a tough first half for the Catoosa offense. They had a stretch where 3 straight plays turned into fumbles lost. Back-to-back plays. You had 2 first-half interceptions, 1 out of the end zone. Matt, this could be a lot closer game. What the score could be, we don't know. Obviously, we are not fortune tellers. If we would have a different career field. But this is a 35-6 game. It's halftime. We are going to take a halftime break so you can hear a word from our lovely sponsors.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me, from starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network, as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Chickasaw, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech language pathology, and more.
Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, the Stigler Band will be performing their 2022-23 competition show with Dolce Vita, The Sweet Life, featuring popular Latin jazz tunes, Children of Sanchez, Feeling Good, and Latin tango, Hernando's Hideaway. solo feature will be performed by senior trumpet player Jaden Cates and color guard solos Chloe Faulkner and Mackenzie Hall. Drum major Damaris Lopez, is your band ready? And now the sound of Stigler. the sound of Stigler.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field, under the command of drum majors Michaela Tucker and Oliver Bright, your Catoosa Marching Tribe. Tonight, the tribe will perform the first act of the 2022 field show, Camp K2C. Selections include music by Granger, Nelson, Cancelli, and more. The tribe is under the direction of Matthew Sheppers, Asher Shootman, and Voss Richards. Additional staff include Jaden Kozad, Carrie Bates, and Morgan Thomason. Drum majors, is your band ready? You may now take the field for exhibition.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is, there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get a whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
Having a body is tough. Exercising, sports, work, and life itself can leave you feeling tense at any age. The Trainer's Table is here for you. No appointments or memberships needed, because you can't always plan ahead for when you're physically sore. The Trainer's Table. Let us stretch you.
The College of Liberal Arts at Northeastern State University is innovative, engaging, life-changing, empowering. Choose from undergraduate and graduate degrees in the arts and fine arts, languages, criminal justice, social work, and more. Be inspired at Northeastern State University.
Hi, Peyton Hillis here for Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing. I've scored for the Hogs and for the NFL, but now my whole family has scored big finding this amazing store. Ozark Sportsman has everything a sportsman wants. The best firearm selection and gun safe choices anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. And a 15-lane indoor range and so much more. Ozark Outpost Clothing has all the hot boutique brands for women. And hey guys, our favorite brands also. Score big savings on top brands and follow me to Ozark Sports Supply and Casual Clothing.
The College of Business and Technology at Northeastern State University is where education meets industry. Our in-demand undergraduate and graduate programs have real-world focus with practical workforce applications. Choose from degrees in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information systems, healthcare administration, data analytics, and more. Lead with experience from Northeastern State University.
Some might say I'm an ideas guy. I'd like to think of myself more as a doer. I like to make things happen, both for myself and for the people my businesses serve. Signature Bank has been crucial in that for me, from starting my moving businesses to expanding into mobile minis, all the way to our current office and warehouse space. Signature has advised and supported me every step of the way.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Stoops. I'd like to introduce you to Southern Sports Network, as they will broadcast high school sports for Catoosa, Chickasaw, Bayan, Inola, and Green Forest. Download the SSN app and like them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Boomer Sooner to everybody.
At Northeastern State University in Muskogee, we take care of our students so they can take care of others. Choose from a variety of healthcare degrees, including physician assistant studies, nursing, occupational therapy, speech-language pathology, and more.
All right, here in Catoosa, Oklahoma. There is a picture of the Hard Rock Casino. I apologize there. We are back here in Catoosa, Oklahoma, here at the Southern Sports Network Friday Night Showdown. We have 3A Stigler 35, 4A Catoosa 6 here at halftime. Both teams are now onto the field. And one thing that we got to see in the first half is Catoosa's turnover problems. At one point, they had back-to-back-to-back plays that were all resulting in lost fumbles. 2 of them were recovered in the red zone for Stigler. But as the old cliches go, halftime is over. The second half is here. The scoreboard is essentially 0-0. However, it does read 35-6. Catoosa is coming out now to make some adjustments to get themselves back in the game for a season opener. Stigler looking to increase the lead to make this a 2-0 start on the year for Stigler. Matt, what is the key for Catoosa to come back into this game?
The key for Catoosa to come back into the game is think of the scoreboard 0 to -29. All right? It's pretty simple math. Another thing, hey, we got to wrap up. We've got to look at something other than the RPO play that they've been running. Stigler has really honed in on that, and I think it's time to open it up a little bit more. Contain number 18, Martin Hare for Stigler. That guy is an animal, and he showcased it.
And not only that, we also got to see the versatile tight end for Stigler was not only catching touchdowns, they handed him the ball. Jace Winkle, a tight end for Stigler, not only had a rushing touchdown, he had 2 receiving touchdowns. That is an extremely versatile tight end when you're able to hand him the ball on a jet sweep. Most of the time you see a tight end in motion, you think it's a motion to the other side of the line of scrimmage to increase your blocking scheme, but instead they handed him the ball, and he took off.
Another thing I would have to say is hold on to the ball. Catoosa turned over the ball 5 different times in the first half. I think that's the number one thing they really need to focus on here. Come out, play your game. Let's see how they do it.
And we're going to see the kick return team make their way towards the field. Number 4, Michael Barnett, not on the field. I apologize. The kickoff team, Stigler will receive the ball. They kicked off in the first half. They'll receive here in the second half. They're going to want to make their chances even better for a win here by increasing this lead. Most teams would say that their chances are already pretty solidified here. However, we have seen comebacks before. Is this the time that we're going to see a large comeback for Catoosa to get themselves on the victory side here at home?
I'm really hoping so. I think that they need to come down and play their football like we've said already before. Play what they look like in that scrimmage.
Here is the kick down to the field. 2 players jump in. The ball's on the ground. He picks it back up and takes a flying tackle. Very good downfield pursuit for the kickoff team, Matt. That was the start that you said that you were waiting to see, is how this kickoff team would respond.
That number 20, Tanner Casey, is a baller. Did you see him fly through? If we saw on the replay, he flew through unblocked and just a nice open field tackle.
No remorse for his or anybody else's body. He had one thing on his mind, and that was go down to make a play, and he did just that.
Absolutely.
Here we have Stigler in the shotgun, twins formation, center of the field, and here's the snap. They're handing the ball off, running the inside zone, tackled for about a 1-yard gain. There was quite a gap there on the left side. Very, very good job for Catoosa to make that tackle. Had that been broken, we could have been looking at a 10, 15, maybe 20-yard gain.
Absolutely. Their middle linebacker, number 22, Aiden Scraper. Scraper, excuse me. That was a great discipline play there.
And as we see again here, Matt, twins set. We got the RPO, and he just explodes out of the backfield on that catch. Takes it for about 30 yards. 1st and 10 now, close to the 50. And you can see here on this replay, he just took off once that ball hit his hands. Nice cut there. Ball almost to the 50-yard line.
I don't know if you see that. Number 22, Aiden Scraper, again with the tackle. I like his versatility. not only can he get up in there, but he can also go way out. He went from his main position all the way to the outside and kind of cover down for the safeties.
Here we get the inside zone that's cut outside. He's going to take it all the way to the sidelines, almost gets a full 10 yards. Looks like he's going to be just shy for a 9.5-yard gain.
Taken down by number 3, DeAndre Hamilton.
One thing that Stigler did well in the first half was when they would run the ball, they ran the ball very, very hard. They were going to look for contact, break tackles, or try to turn the corner on the outside edge. Catoosa is really going to have to make sure that they wrap up and take down the ball carrier on their first chance.
Absolutely. You got to wrap up. That's the thing. That's one of the keys of the game.
Here we go. Shotgun set. Going to bring motion in behind. He's going to hand the ball off, and they like to run that play. That's the third time we've seen that, almost to the exact same side of the field. Takes it for about a 10-yard gain. They're going to get a first down. Stigler is moving the ball. Catoosa defense seems like they just haven't had an answer all night for that outside run game.
Absolutely. And another thing that I'd like to point out is there was another holding, a very, very bad non-call down here on the close side that we are, or on our side of the field.
So your guy, number 11, Morgan Jones, now has gloves on. Looks like there's going to be a ball thrown deep his way, or maybe because, with the humidity in the air, a lot more sweat coming from the body. No idea. We've got a player coming in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and to give it to the zone. They ran that play in the first half, but they faked the zone. The tight end was open on a post route. There's a lot of things that this offense can do here with all these different motions and play actions. You can run 3 plays out of one formation, or one play essentially could be 3 plays. So, Matt, Catoosa is not only have to be physical, they have to be very disciplined.
You got to be very disciplined. That was a very they've wrapped up. That's one thing we can say so far, that they've wrapped up. Number 12, Aiden Scraber with the Chris Brown with the tackle there. Nice open field tackle. Stayed disciplined on the inside. Last time they ran that play, he did that little ballerina move for a little lob pass in the middle of the field. Looks like they fumbled the ball.
He drops the ball, turns around, and jumps back on it. Catoosa nearing an opportunity to recover the ball, but Stigler finds a way to get it back.
Recovered by your boy number 18, Martin Hare.
That's right, and that was the running back ready to make a move and didn't quite have the ball. A little exchange issue there in the backfield.
This is going to be 3rd down and 11.
All right, 3rd and long. You've got a stack formation down here at the near side of the field. Wide side is a Twins. Looks like he's going to throw the corner route again for the 4th touchdown of the night. Number 6, Jace Winkle, the tight end, very versatile, making a statement and making a case for player of the game here in the 3rd quarter. That corner route, it's been there. His 4th touchdown of the night.
Unbelievable.
Now, as you can see here, the quarterback was just waiting, and that was just a dime right there.
It was
just a dime.
It was just lobbed right to him. If the quarterbacks would have stayed disciplined there, they probably would have snuffed that out. Another thing I'd like to see on these special teams is maybe whenever they're going to kick the extra point, maybe give a little bit more effort. If they would just jump out at it, they would block it every time. Those guys are quick on the outside, and they're unblocked.
All right, so we're going to see now Catoosa's offense take the field. What kind of adjustments have been made? What kind of offense are they going to run? Or are they just going to run what they feel comfortable running and just be more disciplined, more aggressive? We're going to find out here in a second as Catoosa is going to get a chance to receive the ball. However, Stigler is up 42-6 with 8:55 here left in the 3rd quarter. Each team with 3 timeouts left. A block away from the Hard Rock Casino. And does not look like any of the chances are falling Catoosa's way right now with these turnovers. However, second half is a new half. Even though Stigler went down and scored, offense can still set a tone, Matt.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get a kick. Willing to bet it's going to be a pooch to the Stigler sideline, probably to the 35, maybe the 40-yard line. He is cockeyed and aimed over there. He's going to kick it, probably the farthest kick he's made all night. He's going to run up to the middle, make a cut back up to the middle. And that Stigler kickoff team, it looks like they've got a little formula for them. They're going to kick that little pooch kick. They're going to make you run into the middle where they cup you inside. And they are not waving. They are not kicking it deep. They do not want Michael Barnett to get a chance to return that kick to the house.
No, and you know what I would do if I was a coach is I'd put Michael Barnett over there and take the position for Michael Blendowski because they keep kicking it to him. Mix it up. Give Barnett the chance to run the ball because we're not doing it on the offensive side. We haven't really had a chance to.
All right, you got trips to the right with your H-back. He's going to make the outside block. They're going to hand the ball off. He is fighting to break a tackle, and that looks like to be a 1-yard loss here on the play.
Michael Blendowski with the run there. Kind of cut it to the outside. Didn't really get a good block on the offensive line. Stigler players were all over that. They sniffed it out.
You know, one thing that we were talking about earlier, Matt, in the pregame warm-ups is, you know, Stigler, they're not the biggest group, but, man, they are fast. And even their linebackers have just as much speed as some of these safeties, it looks like. These guys are just flying to the ball, much like Catoosa's defense. But for whatever reason, it looks like they're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Little outside toss to the running back who looked like he stayed on his feet, but they're going to rule him down. Enough for about a 1-yard gain. Oh, looks like they're going to give him a no gain.
No gain on the play, 3rd and long.
3rd and long, Matt. You're down 42-6. You got your trip side to the wide side of the field. Quarterback Russell Duggar taking the snap.
Let Russell Duggar pass the ball here. Let's see what he's got.
Here we go. Takes the snap.
Looks like they're going with a hard count this time as opposed
Looks
to
to
last
his
time.
right, rolls to his right, steps up in the pocket, breaks a tackle, fighting off tacklers, but is ultimately sacked for about a 9-yard loss. Not a good offensive drive for the Catoosa Indians.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's one thing that really irritates me in the game of football, and there's two things. Not being disciplined, but also disrespecting the game. You guys the Catoosa player, I'm going to not even name him, came out off the sideline with his helmet halfway on. You can't be doing that, especially when the score is what it is. I think that you really need to reel that back in and remain disciplined and remain respectful to the game.
So they're going to hold the teams to get the clock running. It's 4th and 20 here. We're going to be in a max pro punt formation. Makes the solid contact for a punt. The returner snags the ball, goes to his right, tries to turn the corner, and does not. Gets about a 4-inch modest gain.
Yeah, brought down by number 12, Chris Brown. That guy's quick. I will say that. We need to be watching out for him, offensively and defensively.
All right, so, one thing, Matt, 10-game season, first 3 games are non-conference games. Those are your opportunities. You can still start 0-3, get everything shaken off, get ready for conference to make a run to still make playoffs, much like Catoosa did last year. Mm-hmm. They took advantage of a tough non-conference schedule, fought some tough, close, hard games, and won in their conference schedule, and were able to make a playoff.
Absolutely. And, I don't want to say, I'm not the kind that's like, we'll run into that this year, but I really like to see them just continue to play the game of football, continue to remain disciplined, and just play.
All right, handoff over to the left side of the field, makes a cut for about a 5-yard gain. It looks like Stigler, they're not going to change anything up. They're going to stick to their bread and butter and try to get that outside run game to just smooth their transition all the way down to the end zone.
Looks like number 77 is going to hobble off the field.
Oh, no, and that is their starting center. Mm-hmm. Not good to see. Hobbling off the field. We hope that he is okay. We do not want to see him injured. Certainly Catoosa does not either. Catoosa here in that little stacked trip set. They're going to do a sweep to the right. This could be an illegal formation. It did look like they had a player Not enough players. I apologize. Not enough players on the line of scrimmage. We're going to find out here. I couldn't quite see if that end guy on the right side was on the line of scrimmage or not. And here is the call. All right, so the second sideline warning call to the game. It's going to go on Catoosa. And here's the thing, Matt. The first one's a warning. The second one's a penalty. It's 15 yards. Now, from experience, I have seen a coach completely ignore the sideline warnings and get just trucked by the swollest ref that I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I don't think
no
we're gonna have a problem
apologies.
with that here.
No, I don't think we're going to have that issue happen tonight. But we are going to see something consistent, which is Stigler in shotgun. Twin formation, hand the ball off to the left side, outside formation, breaks the first tackle, makes his way out of bounds for about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, tackled out of bounds by number 30, Michael Blendowski. That guy's a baller. I mean, I keep saying his name. I keep looking back at the roster to make sure that's who it is because I keep saying his name so much.
And he is flying all over the field. We're going to hear his name a lot. We're going to have 2nd and 7. It's a good night. It feels good outside tonight. It's gotten a little cooler than it was at kickoff. We've not seen any cramping issues, so these teams have been well hydrated and well conditioned from their coaches, so that is very good to see. I was wondering how long it was going to be before we saw that week 1. Outside handoff again. What do you know from Stigler Panthers? He's going to make his move. That is the tight end that they put in at the running back position. Matt, what is it that he cannot do?
Break past number 30, Michael Blendowski. Because so far he hasn't been able to. Michael Blendowski again with another tackle.
Even Superman had kryptonite, and it looks like Jace Winkle, the tight end for Stigler, number 6, looking for his 5th touchdown of the night.
Looks like
he's going to have a hard time doing it.
I'm not sure if this is a timeout or an injury. Oh, there's an injured player down on the field. So you were talking about being hydrated and it being week 1. I went to a game myself to go watch Newcastle play Cleveland, and Cleveland Indians had 8 injury timeouts.
Oh man!
I actually have I think this isn't the notepad, but the notepad I brought, I would tally every time they had an injury timeout, whether it be cramping. They did have one guy that I made a very not good joke, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I just witnessed a murder because that dude got smacked. Talked to the guy at the end of the game, and he said that everything checked out when he went to the hospital. Looks like our injured player was number 4, Michael Barnett. That is not a good sign for the Catoosa Indians.
Not a good sign. Regardless of the score, regardless of how much you're down, he is a senior, probably your best athlete on the team. Very physical guy. I'm a pretty decent-sized guy myself, and I went and stood down there next to him after the game last week, and he was about the same size as me. So, some of these kids in high school, I don't know what's in the water, but they're getting pretty big.
Absolutely.
They're going to hand off to their tight end again because why not? All he does is make plays. He's going to take that handoff to the 10-yard line. Matt, he now has over 50 rushing yards, over 50 receiving yards.
Is he going to be a Heisman candidate for high school, even though Heisman doesn't happen in high school?
Mark it down. Leading candidate for player of the game. It's going to happen from a tight end / wide receiver / running back. And, we're just going to have to give it to Jace Winkle, number 6.
Game's not even over yet, and you're already calling the player of the game?
All right, we're going to get outside handoff here. Cuts up the field. A flag is thrown. Looks like that's going to be a block in the back on Stigler. You can bring this one back.
All right, that's a nice break for Catoosa. Let's see if they can capitalize off this. I don't know if you're seeing this, but 62 and 63 for the Catoosa Indians are swapping every other play. Is that a good strategy? Because I feel like having to run on and off the field every play is just as tiring as playing every other play.
So, it's obviously a strategy that coaches like to use to keep players fresh. And it could be something that maybe they're picking up on. Maybe one player is better against the pass than against the run, and in certain situations, 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, depending on where they're at, you might want one guy in instead of the other because he's better at stopping the run versus getting in the backfield against the pass. Or it could be something simple as wanting your guys fresh. Maybe we're overcomplicating it. Who knows? But one thing's for certain, Stigler's in shotgun. Twins formation, looks over to the right, throws the hitch, cuts left, fakes him out, runs to the right, and he's going to show us that he's going to run track in the spring because he took off. No, did not get the touchdown. They say he steps out at the 2-yard line.
Let's watch the replay here.
Matt, this is what we call a shimmy. It's one of Chris Brown's favorite dance moves. Goes to the left, goes to the right, and up the sidelines. Unfortunately, he just wasn't fast enough.
Pass, caught by number 15, Mason Jones for the Panthers.
All right, so now we're going to get first down. We're inside the 10. No need for the markers. You're just going to have 4 plays to try to get some points. You're up 42-6. Looks like you could get a little bit of a QB draw here, bring someone in motion, fake the jet sweep, and run the counter the opposite way. But either way, you're in an empty set. There's the jet sweep. He keeps it, runs the counter the opposite direction, just like I said, and they're going to give him the touchdown. All right, so, Matt, I'm going to let you finish this conversation by yourself. I'm going to go across the street and put some money in the slot machines. It seems like I am 3 for 3 tonight on calling plays.
Hey, can I go?
But one thing's for sure, Stigler is up. Catoosa, they are not going to go down without a fight. We're going to continue to see them here in the second half. One thing they do have at a disadvantage is injuries. You've got your starting center and probably your best athlete both kind of limping around a little bit on the sidelines. That is not a good sign for Catoosa.
No, and another thing, number 25 for Catoosa, he got injured in the preseason scrimmage there. Not really sure what happened. Couldn't really get a clear answer from Coach, but really one thing I hate to see is anybody get injured, but really these high school kids, because, I mean, let's be realistic. A lot of them are going to go play again in college, on the college level. So that's something that's, like, super, super sad is, like, watching these kids get hurt.
Yeah, we do hope to see them get back, regardless of the competitive results that fans and players and coaches look for. A lot of these guys are going to forget these scores. They're going to remember how hard they played and how much fun they had with their teammates. And at this high school level, that's oftentimes overlooked.
Absolutely.
As you get higher into college and then into the pros, it obviously football does turn into a business. So we like to say that that's our favorite part about high school football is the passion. These kids are going to play tough. They're going to play through injuries. Nobody's getting paid to play this game. These guys are out here playing for the love of the game, sacrificing their bodies all summer, and it's just because it's something they love. So,
like pride in their school too, I feel like is a big deal. At least it's how it was for me in high school. It's just, I'm from a small town, Dibble, Oklahoma. It was a big thing, just a small town pride.
Another pooch kick, another return into the middle, spins out of the tackle, but does not break the second tackle. Ultimately, looks like about a 2 or 3 yard loss on that kick return. We're going to see the Catoosa offense take the field, and now at this point, Matt, you're down 49-6 with 3:29 left in the third quarter. This is all about pride at this point.
Yeah, I really think they should use this opportunity to showcase their ability to just keep going, find that grit, and just drive. Michael Barnett's still on the sidelines, which is not a good look. Russell Duggar's in at quarterback.
Man, he's tough running. Looks to be about a 6, maybe 7 yard gain for the Catoosa Indians there on the power. One thing, though, that fans can be excited to see is, you're down this much, you call a simple run play, and they're running hard.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. Just show that grit, Get your interior juices flowing and just go. Got to keep it PG, but you know what I'm saying.
And the ball hits the ground.
Oh, no.
Catoosa does manage to recover the fumble. That could have been very, very costly.
That would have been number 6.
That would have been the 6th turnover of the night. Luckily, it was not. Catoosa gets another shot to go try and score to get some points on the board. Quarterback Russell Duggar here in the shotgun. A twin set. Running back to his left, ball on the right hash. Here we go. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to his left, gets sacked from the weak side, or from the right side rather.
You can
right
watch
tackle.
Watch the replay right here. Number 62, that is. Just lets him go by.
And they kind of put him on an island. If you see the DN slow plays it to get the right tackle to bite when he goes in, and it leaves the outside linebacker coming free off the edge.
You gotta be more disciplined than that. Looks like Catoosa is gonna punt the ball here
Be
from
a Max Pro set here, 4th and 11. Punt team is on the field, makes the punt, sends it deep, over under kick, very
Nice
hard
kick.
to catch. The ball bounces, and he is just going to let it roll all the way down to the 26-yard line.
All right, now Stigler's offense is going to come out here. Obviously going to be in the shotgun formation. I'm just trying to use some of that terminology you use so I can go to casino and maybe win some money. But right now, I've been saying it all game, show your grit.
Show your grit.
Don't give up. The score, at this point, the score means nothing. You know, you just got to continue to contain and also create a wall as a defensive lineman here. You've really got to work on. Look at this as a scrimmage or practice. How can you get better?
I can tell you one thing, Matt, from the experience that I've had playing football. When you get scores that are like this, as a player, I want the handshake at the end of the game to mean a little bit more than it would if I just stopped. You know, if we let this game turn into a 70-6 instead of a 49-12, you know, that it would not feel as good. Obviously, you want the team across from you, regardless of a win or a loss, to respect you.
Absolutely.
There's just something about, you know, the folklore of high school football when you can go back to your hometown and you remember a kid from the team you played against.
Absolutely. That's another thing like that we were talking about. I was thinking that too. Like, even though that the score is like this, it's still a war. And even though you're a team, sometimes if you know that you've won that war over and over and over again, you can't. There's a fumble on the play.
Quarterback drops the snap in the shotgun. Ball hits the ground, and they are going to rule that Stigler does end up coming back with the ball. I can tell you one thing. Being at the bottom of those dog piles in a football game is not fun.
No, sir. But like I was saying, you know, it's an all-out war, and every play is a new chance to win a war. And as long as when I handshake with the other player that I was playing against on the other side all night long, I want to know that he got my best effort and I got his best effort. And at the end of the night, that's all that matters.
All right, we're going to come out in shotgun at Stigler's favorite formation. Clock is winding down. They're going to try to get a playoff before the quarter ends. They draw the defense offside, so this 3rd and 12 is going to be a little bit closer. 2.7 seconds left on the clock.
Looks like number 4 for Catoosa, Michael Barnett, is down there stretching out and kind of getting ready to maybe go back in the game. Carson, as a coach here, what would you do? Would you put Michael Barnett back in the game and risk another injury, or would you leave him out?
First game of the season, going into the 4th quarter, you're down 49-6. It's a non-conference game. I think at this point you put guys in that normally wouldn't get as much playing time as you thought. Get them a little bit more experience for the future, for this season and maybe next. And, you know, just let him stretch it out. Don't add any more bruises or wear and tear to the body. So we are going to go to a break as we enter the 4th quarter. Stigler up 49-6. This is the Southern Sports Network.
My name's Todd Harden, and I am Todd's Coffee. The reason I do this to begin with is because I really want people to experience coffee. What I'm doing and what other roasters are doing as well is, you know, we're trying to figure out what the bean is trying to tell us. My goal and my customer really is there's probably 2 out of 10 people that could taste the difference in one of my better roasts versus an average roast. If I can make those people happy, I'm making everybody happy. And so that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to roasting. You can just go to toddscoffee.com. You can get it whole bean, or I'll grind it for you. Either way, there'll be a drop down in there that you can order it that way. So order some coffee.
All right, we are back here in Catoosa, Oklahoma, right in the northeast part of God's country. Matt, one thing is for sure, Stigler came to play. Catoosa they came to play but just couldn't escape the turnover bug.
Yeah. Next week in the Battle of the Whale, hey, you're going to have to watch them turnovers. I promise you that. Maybe, what movie was that? Was it Friday Night Lights when the dad got mad because the guy kept turning over the ball and he duct taped the balls to his hands?
Old Riggins,
Yeah.
Mr. Tim
Yeah.
McGraw.
We need to learn. We need to do some of that out here in Catoosa, maybe.
Well, one thing we're going to have to really work for this week if you're a Catoosa football player is the discipline and not turning that football over, because you're going down about 10 miles up north on Route 66 to Verdigris, who's ranked number 1 in 3A, and that's going to be another tough match here. And as you see, that play goes about 18, maybe 20 yards. 3rd and long is now a 1st and 10. Stigler not taking their foot off the pedal. They are wanting to go down and put more points on the board map.
Yeah, number 15 with Catoosa with the tackle there. Another thing I'd like to point out is he was getting held the entire time and still had enough reach to drag him down. So, way to stay disciplined. Way to stay with the ball. I think another thing that we need to look at for next week is tackling. That right there was a good visual of how to actually get it done. But there's been a lot of missed tackles because non-wrapping up.
That's
Looks
right.
like there's going to be a flag on the play, delay a game on the Stigler Panthers. It's going to back them up.
And as you can see here, Michael Barnett is getting stretched out on the sidelines. We do hope to see him come back. He's such a huge part of what Catoosa is.
Looks like it's going to be week 1. Let's go to some scores from around the state.
All right, so, next week's opponent, Verdigris, they're currently up 44-0 at Sperry in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like there's going to be another flag on the play. We'll get back to them scores here in just a second.
Run up the middle by number 44, Caden Huggins. Brought down by number 42, Logan McCauley.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask call against the Catoosa Indians. Going to be a...
All right.
Oh, looks like our refs are a little bit confused here. Going to be a 15-yard penalty, which is going to make it an automatic first down.
So we have some scores. Cleveland is currently, they lost to Hominy 51-14. Wagner is in a just full-on fist fight with Coweta right now in Wagner. They are down 6-0. Coweta fresh off a win against Carl Albert, 5A ranked number 2. Wagner is wanting to spoil. That's a big rivalry game, too, Matt, is that team. Here we get the jet sweep and the flag, our favorite
flag.
combination for Stigler.
Hey, there we go. We got another flag. This is 3 plays in a row we've called flags on. It's going to be a false start against Stigler.
All right, currently we do have a 14-14 game with Skytook and Glenpool. Oologah is down 14-41 against Collinsville. Grove putting it down on the Miami War Dogs 34-14, and Bristow 7, Cushing 56 in the third quarter, going into the 4th. And then we got Blanchard up 27-13 at Noble.
Blanchard Lions they've always been a really good team. My hometown of Dibble, we used to scrimmage them every now and then, and I grew up with a lot of buddies that played football for them. And actually, one, Wilcox. Wilcox played a lot of football with them all 4 years, actually. Even more.
Shout out to Dalton Wilcox, good friend of the show. I want to thank him for his service in the Oklahoma Army National Guard. Duke got some scores, some more. Union up 28-7 at Broken Arrow. Bixby all over Springdale Harbor from Arkansas, 59-0. And Owasso 7, Jinx 7, halftime. Here we go. Empty set, shotgun formation. Got a motion to the left side, makes a cut, trips over his own man, but does get the first down. It's about a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Stigler Panthers.
Yeah, Stigler just keeps marching the ball down the field, just trying to run that clock.
And there's just right under 10 minutes left in this 4th quarter, Matt. do not think for 1 second that Stigler does not have touchdown all over their minds right now.
Oh, they definitely do. They have all night, and you can see it.
Here we go. Shotgun formation. Twin set. Nobody in motion. Takes the snap. Quarterback takes it to the left with QB power. Makes a cut. Makes a man miss on the flats. Gets brought down kind of awkwardly. You can see there on the sidelines, the Stigler Panthers are just elated for that
Marching
play.
it down. Brought down by number 8, Seth Charles. We've called his name a few times in the game. If he's not making the tackle, he's definitely around the ball. That I will give Catoosa that. They have not given up on making sure a majority of their team that's on the field is near the ball when it goes down.
All right, so it seems that each team has put in some of the maybe backup players in to get some playing time. So
Looks like there's going to be a timeout by Catoosa.
we do have a timeout. We're going to go to break. We're going to get a word from our sponsors, and we hope that you take what they have to say to heart.
In 1851, the Cherokee ignited the lamp of learning in the wilderness. For more than a century, this has been a gathering place where minds are developed and lifelong relationships are made, where dreams find direction. The lamp burns brightly still at Northeastern State University.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us, the Southern Sports Network, for Matt and I's audition for Monday Night Football. Probably won't get it,
Probably not.
but we're trying.
Hey, you know what? We're giving the old Catoosa a try.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 5, Stigler in shotgun.
Imagine that. Stigler in shotgun. Takes a snap. QB takes it out to the outside. Misses one tackle and
Man.
brought out.
Good
out of bounds.
blocking by the wide receivers. However, we do have laundry thrown on the field. There is a flag. The white hat looking to tell us what the call is.
Hey, tackled out of bounds by number 10. That is Braxton Green. We haven't called his name tonight. I think they're maybe putting in some new players. What was the flag there for, Carson?
So we did get a holding on Stigler. Interesting enough,
about time they called it.
I think Stigler probably has double the amount of penalties for Catoosa, which just goes to show you how detrimental turnovers can be.
I'm surprised they just now started calling holding on Stigler there.
Anytime you run the ball to the outside, there are times where those wide receivers are in the spotlight if they're blocking somebody or holding somebody. So, this could have been a feast or famine type of night for the Stigler offense. Bringing the guy in motion, they're going to hand the ball off. There is another flag.
That's going to be offsides on the offense there. False start. I think there was one flag thrown in the first quarter, maybe 2 in the second, and in the last 5 minutes we've tripled that.
So we're going to have a 2nd and about 15, maybe 16 yards here for the Stigler Panthers. 8:27 left in the fourth quarter, up 49-6. They're going to go in a shotgun formation, trips to the wide side of the field, one man by himself, all on his lonesome near the bottom of the screen. He's going to look to his right, throw to his left, and it's not. It's caught off the tip. Surely pick 6 written all over that stat sheet had he had hung onto the ball. Look at this play here. Wild play of the night. He catches it. He zones in, tips off his hand. The receiver, kudos to him for bringing that ball in with one hand.
Absolutely. That shows good discipline there, not giving up on the play. Got to give it to Stigler. You got to give it where you can, man.
What an amazing play that was that we got to see. I thought for sure there was a pick 6 going to happen right in front of our eyes. He just couldn't bring the ball down, couldn't hang on to it in his hands. So now it's a 3rd and medium. Quarterback rolls to his right as the defense pressures him. He's going to flip it over to the sidelines. He makes the catch. Stigler once again converts a 3rd and long, Matt. That's been the story of the second half. Takes the ball down to the sidelines for first down.
It's good to see Catoosa wrapping up there, but now you have 3 guys wrapping up on one. Let's get one in there to punch the ball out. Maybe create a fumble and get the ball back and, hey, travel down the field.
All right, we got the Catoosa defense here. Fourth quarter here, 1st and 10 now for Stigler. Both teams with their starters on the sidelines. Stigler wants to let everybody know that they should have been a ranked team, and after their performance last week, they didn't get that ranking that they thought they deserved, and now here they are playing up a class, trying to prove their point. Takes the handoff, goes up the middle, makes a cut to the left, back to the middle, gets the first down. Maybe. Looks like they might have him stopped short. This could be 2nd and a half a yard, but look at the blocking scheme right here.
Referees are calling it first down.
They ran a zone to the left, Matt, and they pulled their right tackle and their right guard. I have a feeling that we might see this play again, and the quarterback's going to pull that and run over to his right side.
The way you're calling this, are you that dude that won that lottery, the $1 million today?
From my hometown, by the way, Pryor, Oklahoma, a gentleman won the lottery and left the ticket on the ground. Nobody knows who he was. $1 million. And there's a $1 million move, bringing the shoulder down, running through 3 guys for a touchdown. Stigler advances the lead now. Here we are, 55-6. Not the night you were hoping for as a Catoosa Indian on your home opener. Once again, shotgun and pulling not 1 but 2 players to that side. This looks like you're trying to get them to overflow so you can get your running back to cut up. Even though they've been running outside, this looks like they've been doing that to set this up so you flow to the outside when the guard and tackle pulls, and you walk right up the middle through Main Street into the touchdown for 6 points.
Absolutely. They did it. They did it just like you called it. Oh, not really sure what that was all about. Well, some little Rugrats running on here.
All right.
So the kick was good. Looks like the score is going to be 56-6. Catoosa really here. They need to put their young guys in, let them play a little bit, let them get some of that time on the turf, and see if they can't do a little bit better than the first squad.
Well, I can tell you what, Matt, here in this sold-out crowd here at Catoosa, Oklahoma, the fans for Catoosa are starting to make their way towards the exit. Not something that you like to see, but one thing is for sure, and I've said it 100 times tonight, Catoosa is looking to put players out there who are not going to quit regardless of the situation that they are in. Mm-hmm. Coach Hood is trying to find the guys that have grit. He wants to see those guys who are going to come out and fight and fight and fight until there's no fight left.
I will say this, number 4, Michael Barnett, is back in the game. That is good news for the Catoosa Indians. It might be a little late, but hey, at least he's there.
Here we go. 6 minutes, 16 seconds left, 56-6. Too many sixes. I don't like that. We're going to see a kickoff here from Stigler. Catoosa on the kick return. Do you think it's a pooch kick to Stigler sideline to the 30?
I bet it will be.
Let's see. Pooch kick, Stigler sideline to the 30. All right, he's going to take the kick, cut up the middle for about a 4, maybe 5-yard gain. Here we go. We're going to see an offense get put out on the field, hopefully result in some points. They're going to go with a brand new offensive personnel. All the starters are now out. Michael Barnett coming to the sidelines. It is good, though, that we got to see him on the kick return. That means that it's not a serious injury. Very good sign for him. Very good sign for Catoosa. Save him for next week for Verdigris.
Looks like they're going to put number 9. Oh, wait, no. Number 5, Brogan O'Neill, the freshman, at quarterback.
The Broseph Brogan takes the snap in the pistol formation. High snap, manages to catch it. And, that play was not what Catoosa was looking for. A 4-yard loss for the Catoosa Indians.
You know, it's cool to see the freshmen get in there and get some time, especially with, 6 minutes left in the game.
All right. Shotgun. Trips to the left, catch the H back. A lot of coaches don't. I do. They're going to take the snap here. More of a smaller size quarterback. I'm willing to bet that he's pretty quick on his feet. We're going to see. Runs the read option, hands the ball off, and look at that Stigler defense just flow into the offense.
You saw the Stigler defense. I saw the quarterback really pay attention to win. Like, he held that ball in there and held it until it was time to the last minute to pull out.
And instead of staying flat-footed and just moving his shoulders, he took steps with him, which is really good to see. That means that he's paying attention, especially in an underclassman. Because a lot for you people that are watching at home, what that means is if you catch the ball and you take 2 steps with that running back, that DN has no choice but to bite down. If you are fast enough or even physical enough and you make that late pull, you've got that outside edge all day, regardless of personnel. And what a beautiful fake. Rolls out to the right and drops the ball. No catch. Such a beautiful play-action bootleg. That was an amazing-looking play. What a disappointment, though, that it did not come down. I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, absolutely. Brogan O'Neill, I know you don't know me, and I don't know you, but I'm a fan. Coming in here as a freshman and just showing out. I think the way he played right there, just he's going to make it far.
He is. We've got a Max Pro punt formation. No fakes, as we've been kind of anticipating up here in the booth. Sky kick. Takes the bounce, almost hits a Catoosa player. Friendly fire, not the case today. Ball down at the 44-yard line. Matt, 5:19 left in the game. You're down 50 at home, fourth quarter. You take this loss tonight. Tomorrow you wake up, watch your film, and once that film's over, so is this game. You move on. All your focus is on Verdigris. You're going 10 miles up north to play a rival. Battle of the Blue Whale. Love it. Route 66. What is not to love about that whole game?
I'm going to have to get me a cheeseburger and a milkshake for that game, boy. I'll tell you what.
It's going to be fun. Read option. Takes it to the left. Quarterback sweeps over to the left side. Immediately falls down, so the clock stays running. This is a 2nd and 4.
You know what? I really hope that Catoosa and Stigler kind of just hurry this up so we can get Catoosa's offense back in and see Brogan.
You can join us, the Southern Sports Network, available on Amazon Fire TV, Google Play, App Store, Roku, Friday, September 9th, 2 days before a big charity all-star game that we will be hosting for the Southern Sports Network.
Excited for that.
You can catch us in the pregame. We're gonna make our way on the road with Catoosa. We're gonna travel them this year, cover their games, so you can catch us all season long. We got a delayed buck sweep here. Makes a cut, goes up the middle. One thing about both teams you could say is that they're running hard.
For sure.
Got a little bit of a judo throw towards the Stigler sideline, as you can see. Up here at the top of the screen, number 21 from Stigler.
Ooh,
just gets tossed.
Taekwondo.
Number 6. And that is going to be our body slam cam for here on the Friday night special, the Southern Sports Network seal of approval.
Yeah. Boom. Fat seal of approval.
All right, 1st and 10. Stigler has the ball. Do you want to bet that they're going to be in shotgun?
I bet you they're in shotgun.
And they're in shotgun. They've got trip set to the right side of the field. Quarterback takes the snap, pulls the left tackle and the left guard, and he falls down.
Hey, we got a sniper on the field. Got his legs.
You know, one thing that really helped.
He went like with his foot, like he slipped or something, like there was something on there.
One thing that really helped OU football for about a 6-year period is in their pass protection schemes, especially when they're in shotgun, they would pull their tackles to the opposite side of the field. And one thing that Stigler's doing is they're pulling their left guard, left tackle to the right side, blocking down with their right side and their center. And that running back's almost looking like he's wanting a cut every time. Unfortunately, that play, he kept going outside. That's not something that you see at the high school level a lot. I can tell you folks that right now. Of all the games I've played in college and other levels in high school and whatnot, I've only seen that happen twice. And so that is very rare to see it, especially a high school football team pulling a guard and a tackle and shotgun and trying to run a zone and cut back to the backside.
Yes, sir. Number 12 for Catoosa, Chris Brown has to get off the field. He lost his helmet on that play.
Lost the helmet on the play. Does have to go to the sidelines. The loophole to that, you can call a timeout, and he doesn't have to go.
Or
but
just
you
put
waste
your
the
helmet back
timeout.
on really quick.
Shotgun formation. Takes a snap.
Quarterback keeps it.
Keeps it. Goes to the left. And does he go out of bounds? No, he just falls down. Keeps the clock running.
Another first down for the... Oh, we got an injured player on the field.
And that is not a good sign. He's holding his leg, but is helped up. So that is very nice to see. Hobbling over the sidelines, unfortunately. They're going to stop the clock. They're going to allow this young man to get some help, which is the right call to do. You know, these guys, they wear a lot of protection all over their bodies. And sometimes when you wear those helmets and those pads, and you've got pads on your legs, and you're wearing cleats, and even some of the socks nowadays, Matt, have pads in them. The technology in our sports equipment has evolved just immensely in the past 5 years. Some of these guys can sometimes feel invincible. This is such a rough sport, though, that the smallest hit could leave a very nasty bone bruise.
Yeah, it's I think it's disgusting all the accessories people wear. I'm not an accessory fan. I am a give me the bruise, give me the blood, give me the broken legs. I don't care. I'm here. Let's
America's
play.
favorite nose guard, Matthew Edwards, played with no gloves and ankle socks. That's how you know he was a man who did not care.
You know, I bet you there's a picture out there that does showcase that just for you.
Takes the sweep to the right side, gets 2 stiff arms, and a touchdown. No, they're going to mark him down at the 1. Good hustle by the ref to make sure that call was called correctly. Stigler will get the ball at the 1-yard line, looking to punch it in to increase this lead.
Hey, there's one thing to look forward to right here, and that is number 5 for the Catoosa Indians, Brogan O'Neill coming back out for their offense after maybe there's a turnover. I'm sorry, I thought they scored. My bad.
I thought he had the touchdown. The ref had good eye. I guess he stepped out at the 1, was able to make that call. The white hat is letting us know that the previous play is under review. We are just playing. They are adding time to the clock. We are not getting that call from New York. However, the Catoosa Indians got a young group in. Matt, what is something that you want to let this team know as a not as a coach, but as someone who is up here watching this game? If you were given the opportunity to tell them just one thing for next week, what would that be?
Oh, I thought you were going to say for next for next week, hey, keep it going. Stuff rolls downhill, and just keep fighting. Like you said earlier, we got a timeout.
All right, we've got a timeout. We're going to go to our corporate sponsors that we are so fortunate to have, thanks to our producer, Chris Dotson.
Chris is the man.
We are going to take a quick break, and we will visit back with you here in a short second.
A tradition of educational excellence, more than a century in the making, continues in Broken Arrow. Here, supportive faculty, in-demand undergraduate and graduate degrees, and affordable tuition make Northeastern State University your transfer destination. Finish what you started.
All right, man, we are back at the Catoosa, Oklahoma, here in the northeast part of God's country. Got the Stigler's got the ball in this weird little, we want to kneel, but we don't
because
we want to score.
Sneak.
And
they kneeled.
Kneels the ball, a sign of good sportsmanship from Stigler. Instead of getting the touchdown with less than a minute left in the game, up 56-6, instead they're just going to kneel the ball, let the clock roll out. Both teams are going to go put their focus on next week.
I'm sorry, but if I was down there and they did that, I'm hitting them. That's it.
Next week, Matt, we do have Catoosa on the road at Verdigris. Verdigris, last that we looked, they were up big.
Yeah.
They're one of the 3A favorites to win the state title in that Class 3A division. Catoosa here in 4A, just right up the street. They're going to go in with 0-1 record. Verdigris is going to go with the winning record, ranked, I believe, number 1. What is one thing that you are excited to see between this matchup with Verdigris and Catoosa?
I think it's good to just see how this team bounces back after this hard loss. Their first game, first loss at home. We're going to be on the road with a big game. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people there. Battle of the Blue Whale.
So, it's the Battle of the Blue Whale. The team that wins that, do you get to take that whale home, or do you spray paint your logo on it? Like, how does that work? Like, do you just sit on it? You get to have a picnic,
You get
take
to
pictures?
take a picture with it.
I guess you get the hashtag Blue Whale, and then with your, so anything social media, I'm sure they'll find a way. There's the train horn. None of these teams ask us everything to do with trains, so that's weird too. But listen, it's the Southern Sports Network. Stigler 56, Catoosa 6. Stigler moves on to 2-0 on the year. Catoosa falls down to 0-1. Hard-fought team. Matt, I thought this was a close game, and I thought it was very competitive up until the turnover started happening, and it felt like the air was just kind of taken out of the room for the Catoosa football team.
Yeah. Now, we got to look back and look at how we got to focus next week on stopping the turnovers.
You have to win the turnover battle.
Think of it like this: 6 turnovers, right? 6 turnovers in the whole game. How many? What's the score? 56-6, right?
And you bring up a good point with the turnovers. Those were turnovers that were avoidable.
Absolutely.
They were, and it does come from bad snaps, trying to make a play. You're down and you want to try to squeeze a ball and maybe try to thread the needle into which, by the way, if you're a right-handed quarterback, you're rolling to your left and you're trying to throw the ball, especially to a guy near the back pylon. That even in the pros, even Hall of Fame and all-pro level caliber type guys struggle with that throw. Rolling to your left, trying to throw to your right and thread the needle when you've got traffic moving in that direction. So, that's stuff that you can clean up. This does not affect your conference standings. Basically, these next 3 games, even though it does go on your record, it does not affect your chances of playoffs. You can go in to week 4, 3-0, and it doesn't matter.
You really got a good look at how they're going to be this year. I'd say that, but also like the turnovers. Let's kind of get that fixed. But if there wasn't the turnovers, I think this game would have been a very, very, very close game.
I agree with you. This is obviously it's not a 56-6 game. Catoosa not having those turnovers, I think with the physicality that they were bringing, especially with that defensive line there for the first quarter. The first quarter was a good fight, and it was a good game between both teams. It was only a 14-6 game, and it could have been a 14-6 game, or 14-7 rather, for Catoosa had that the interception not happen.
Yeah.
I think after this, obviously the turnovers that we've been talking about, that has, put the impact or put the footprint in the mud, and you've got to draw a line, and you've got to step over it and say, okay, this week happened. We didn't get the performance we wanted. We got beat by a team that we thought we could have beat, and it was a very ugly game. But we draw the line in the sand, and we're going to say, tonight's it. Go home, be sad about it if you want. Go talk to your friends and mope on Instagram, whatever. But tomorrow morning when you watch film, it's over.
That's it.
This game did not happen after you watch film tomorrow morning. You wake up and you go eat lunch for Saturday, Verdigris is on the mind.
Absolutely. You got to think about it like that. That's the best way to think about it. It's the only way to think about it. We've got to hone in, get in practice, pay attention, watch your film, learn from your mistakes, come back next week, and just destroy it.
All right. So, we want to thank everybody for joining in with the Southern Sports Network here. I want to thank Matt Edwards, my good friend. We thank our producer, Chris Dawson. We want to thank our camera guys up above us. Overall, we want to bring you guys good production.
Absolutely.
So please reach out to us on Facebook. Let us know what you think. Give us some ideas. We're very creative and outside the box. We're not your Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Thank God we're a little bit more fun than that. So we want to thank you guys for watching. We want to wish you guys well, safe travels, and have a good night. And we will see you guys next week with Catoosa taking on Verdigris for the